And then what's her name? I holler to Shalandra and say that he is one of the chosen ones, and we can't kill him. He's here to help us.
She looks at you confused. That's impossible. I thought you were chosen of the Moon Maiden. I can't conceive of how the Moon Maiden would choose a plane-traveling Githyanki such as this. I thought they were all. I thought they were all slaves to their Lich Queen.
And then I tell her that, you know, the Moon Maidens, they're not prejudiced on who they choose as a follower. They look for the skill into the warrior on who they want to go out and battle with. And we need his help and his skill.
She says, you saved my life and I trust your judgment, but be careful.
And I appreciate you looking out for my best interest. And we need to battle on.
You may still complete your turn. You're pretty badly injured here.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I need to do some.
Well, that's when I went to. I went and fixed your hit points. I kind of went and looked back at your. Because you have a belt of dwarven kind, which gives you 2 to Constitution. So, and you also had more hit points just to begin with because of your race, the hill dwarf. So I fixed it. So it's not as bad as it was before.
Okay. So was that my main action? Was when I opened the lid? Like, can I use
No, I won't charge you an action for that. That was a week. That was like.
Okay.
That was a week ago.
And I'm going to lay hands on myself and give myself 3. I'm gonna give myself 30 hit points.
Very nice. Oh yeah, that's 30 checkboxes. They gotta find a better way to do that. I'll just readjust your hit points to 51. There we go. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I want to move 5 feet north. And 5 feet east. And then I'll end my turn.
It's Tolan's turn.
I'll just yell at Tiny, we gotta get out of this room and disengage disengage from this creature so it doesn't attack me. And then that would be my turn.
Any bonus action? Anything else?
I'm gonna hold off on this time. Okay.
Tiny, you're up.
Okay. Do I still get that inspiration for recapping last session?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, cool. Thank you. Alright, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to give Dolrak Bardic Inspiration. Do that. Alright. That didn't work. Don't count that. There we go. This is how we do it. There we go. There we go. And then I'm going to use my main action to disengage, and then I will follow Tolan out of the room.
Oh, I skipped some of the monsters' turn, but that's my fault, so I won't.
They're not. Are they on the combat?
They weren't before. That's why I skipped their turns.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. That's my own fault. So you guys get a freebie on that one.
And that will end my turn.
Shalandra, continue. Whoops.
Whose
Yeah.
spiritual weapon's that?
That's mine.
Okay.
All right, so it's Shalandra's turn. She's going to continue to attack from outside the room with her crossbow at the Wraith. Minimal damage. Now it's this creature's turn. This Githyanki creature wakes up.
All right. So Zarek seems to get up completely and look around, confused for a moment, and then seems really startled and starts heading towards the door.
As you're moving, there's one word that just rings out in your mind. It's very hard to resist. It's the word of Issem. It appears to be an irresistible urge that just bleeds into your mind. And there's one simple command, and the command is kill.
And immediately with that, Zarek stops and then reappears here in front of you and says, "Where are you going, vampire?" And then raises his sword and swings.
Zarek turns red on the combat tracker. There you go. As Zarek's weapon hits you, a wave of psionic energy comes out of it. It just kind of shakes you to your core. There's something really twisted and magical about that silver sword he's wielding.
I could still use the cantrip, correct? For the next one, yeah. Yeah, the sword one. Within 5 feet, yep.
They both save. Tiny has a circle of power up, giving him advantage on all of your shenanigans.
And then that was just one. Does that? Yeah, I'm assuming that hit. I don't know why I took it off.
Who are you attacking?
Same person.
Okay, that does hit.
And that's my turn.
All right. So that's a turn of the assistant DM today. Attacked you. Toland's Wraith hovers over to Dolorak and attempts to life drain Dolorak. He misses. Naris, it's your turn. You look around. You realize that this creature that Dolorak just spared is hostile to you. Don't worry about the fact that he's being controlled by a player. He's hostile to you.
Okay.
And he's got a big sword, and it's hitting real hard.
Okay, well, I'm kind of taken aback by this fact. Just to let you know that Dolorak still has daylight on him. So I don't know if that should affect the wraiths in some way. They get a disadvantage.
Not the wraiths in particular. Some undead it does.
Well, I thought last week you said. I mean, last time we played, I thought you said it did, but
it was a different kind of. Hold on.
I mean, yes.
Pit. Let me see. The wraiths do have sunlight sensitivity. You're correct. I'll keep that in mind. That wraith didn't hit anyway.
Okay, I just was reminding you.
Yes, I forgot. Because I got confused between the undead. There were a lot. The wraiths do have sunlight sensitivity.
And I still have mirror image on as well. Since it's been a couple weeks, I thought I'd remind you about that too. Okay, well, this kind of sucks that we got a guy that
that we need, but yeah, he's trying to kill us.
So I think first thing I'm going to do is use my spiritual weapon to attack Tiny's Wraith. No, I think I'll attack Dorlock's. No, Torn's Wraith is right beside Dorlock.
The one that's engaging Dolrak.
Yeah.
Well, Tiny's is heavier damage.
Yeah, but you're hurting.
Yeah.
And it's right beside you, so...
Okay, I appreciate it.
That was kind of my thinking on that one.
Right. I got you.
All right. Now, there it is. Okay. That's a hit.
Sirenscape stopped working. Not making no sound.
The music stopped. Yeah. Oh wow.
Come on, John. What kind of show you running? There it goes.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Sirenscape. It just slowed down.
Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cast Chill Touch. No. Firebolt at the same Wraith.
There you go.
So is my cantrip supposed to be making? I can't remember now. Since I'm higher level now, does the cantrips?
You should already have that programmed with the higher damage.
Yeah, I need 2d10.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's already programmed.
It's not. But I'll just add another dice.
There you go. That's a good hit.
Remember, when you hit level 11, if you hit level 11, it goes up another step in your terms of cantrips. So you guys are almost at... Yeah.
I mean, I know I've taken my, actions and stuff like that, but is there any way that I can kind of use like an insight or something like that and look at Carl? I'm just going to call him Carl. And kind of figure out what's going on with him.
You can take a look at... You can take a quick look at him. I think I would ask you for an Arcana. Take a closer look at him.
Okay.
You rolled a nat 20 on that Arcana.
Oh boy.
That's very nice. This creature is under a domination spell, most likely by the vampire. You're going to have to take this creature down. There is no convincing this creature to stop attacking.
Okay. Alright, so since that's the case, I've used up. I'm just going to I think I'm going to stay here. That way I can help against that guy if possible, and I've taken all the actions I can, so I'll pass my turn.
Alright, Dolrak, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to go after Tolan's Wrath. I said Wrath. Wrath.
It's Wraith.
Wraith.
The one that looks like Tolan. The little gnome-sized one.
And I'm going to use my heirloom battle axe. It's a hit. Partially resisted. I'm going to swing again. Use my second action.
Not a second action, just a same action, 2 attacks.
Yeah. It's a hit. And I threw the wrong weapon, but it's a hit. Does that matter?
I don't think it does because your attack bonus is the same.
Okay.
That one disappears in a puff of smoke.
And I'm going to move diagonal east 1, and then north, and then back west to put myself in melee range. And then I'm going to end my turn.
All right, so the one you just ended your turn right next to gets to go. He's going to attack you. I'll put a disadvantage on him this time for the sunlight sensitivity. He fails miserably. Dolrak, your personal wraith is going to come after you now.
Okay.
You are the closest. You're the closest character. He also is going to attack you with a disadvantage life drain. Likewise, he misses. Tolan, you're up. It appears that this Githyanki that Dolrak just spared popped out of his coffin, Misty stepped behind you, and has struck you real hard twice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna buy some time to figure out what's wrong with this guy, and I am going to do a wall of force and put him in a bubble.
Oh, very nice. You get inspiration. I think you just bypassed his, you bypassed, having to kill this guy. Zarek, a wall of force appears around you. Well, the wall of force is impenetrable. You cannot go through it, you cannot teleport past it, you cannot attack it. Unless you have a disintegration, you're just stuck in this bubble.
And then I'll move you over to the side over here. Give room for anyone else to come out. And then that'll be the end of my turn.
Tiny, you're up.
So, Tiny Marble Kicks just watched Tolan summon a wall force around our quote-unquote new friend here, so she was worried about Tolan getting cut up by him, but once he cast that wall of force, she kind of thinks, okay, crisis abated for now. She's gonna walk over to here to make sure... Oh, is my circle of power still up? That's cool. I'm gonna walk over here to make sure that everybody, all my friends are in my circle of power. And then I'm gonna target this dude and this person who's trying to impersonate me and try to pelt him with a firebolt. Sorry, I just clicked one of the bubbles because I forgot to do that when I gave Githzerai all the inspiration on my last turn. Firebolt. Ah, here it is. I had him targeted. Roll the attack. And I miss.
No, that's no good.
Alright. So I guess I'll just conclude my turn.
All right, it is Shalendra's turn. She's going to help out. She attacks with a heavy crossbow on that injured wraith. That's a hit.
There you go.
She screams, "The power of Saline Mumvo banish you from this realm." And we go back up to the top of initiative. Zarek, unfortunately, you're in this wall of force, and as your dominator realizes that you're pretty much a wet noodle right now, can't do anything, he releases his domination on you, and you have control over yourself.
Okay.
and you can't really get out of this wall of force at this point.
Can I see the wall of force, or is it invisible?
The wall of force is it's like kind of a vaguely shimmering. I think you would have enough arcana where you could recognize this spell.
Okay. So I basically reach out to touch it and notice that I'm not able to go anywhere. I recognize it, and I'm just looking back and forth to get my bearings, and I hold my turn until the wall is dropped or something.
All right. Naris.
Yeah. Okay, I'll turn around and see that everything's okay back there for right now. So I am going to move my spiritual weapon to here and attack Tiny Marble Cake's Wraith with my spiritual weapon, and miss badly.
Wow.
So
That's a dull rack roll.
it's a dual rack roll.
Did you put your
to
you put your dice in the dice prison like I told you? You got to put it in the dice prison.
for that bad of a roll?
No, Dorak's got a dice jail.
Oh yeah, he was doing really bad that one day.
Oh my goodness.
I'll go ahead and cast a flame bolt at that same wraith. That's better.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Just the threat of putting it in jail scared it. Wow, not very much damage though.
Your smaller number dice need to go to that jail too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move up here and just to get close to maybe possibly talk to him after. So I'm just gonna yell at him real quick. We're trying to help you to defeat these and to get out of this situation you're in, and then I'll pass my turn.
Dolrak, you're up.
It's back to me.
Yeah, the battle's much less horrible at this point. You're not falling in pits anymore, and you almost got these things defeated. They haven't hit you once because of your sunlight.
Okay, I am going to attack the one here, Tiny's. Oh my goodness. What did you do to me?
You're cursed. You're absolutely cursed.
Apparently.
I'm going to use my second attack. It's a hit.
Oh, that one disappears in a puff of smoke.
Okay.
Only one left.
I don't have any more actions. I need a third action is what I need.
You're the wrong class for that. There's nothing against taking 2 fighter classes for an action surge if that's what you like.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, a fighter class is not opposed to who your character is. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Before you multi-class, always make sure to see what you're giving up in your original class.
Yeah, true. All right, well that's the end of my turn. I'm gonna stay where I'm at because I'm still in melee range. I'm good.
I think if you give up to 3 levels as a paladin, as long as you can get to level 17, you can still get that 30-foot aura. But that's assuming the game goes to level 20, which very few games do.
You said this is a big campaign, then.
Yeah.
So.
But my kind of a way of handling. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. He missed anyway, but he should have had disadvantage. The way I handle levels when they go to 16 and beyond are a little bit different. I do eventually level people up to 20, but I don't. The way I do it is different. I don't just make it where everybody. Yeah, like you do something, just something amazing happens, or you give into some evil power, and then you get to level 20. That's how I usually do it. Like you can't, you don't just automatically go up to 20. That's usually how. Because 5th edition is so those kinds of levels in 5th edition are hardly ever even played. So it's like you got to be ready to end the game before you go to those levels.
Right.
It looks like you missed the Wraith.
Yep. I got confused by Dorak 1 and Dorak 2 and couldn't figure out which one was that. I just right between them. And I'll just yell back at the creature I put in the bubble. Are you almost done with your timeout? I didn't appreciate you hitting me out there. And then
Is there some sort of spell like the clear mind where you can clear somebody's mind?
There are spells like that. I don't know if any of you have it there. I think they're cleric spells.
Alright, so it's my turn now. So I look at Tolan, seeing that he just got the daylight smacked out of him earlier, and Tiny Marble Cakes will just go up to Tolan and be like,
Take the beating, meow meow.
And I'm going to target Tolan.
don't hit me.
And I will cast. Let's see. I'll cast Cure Wounds. A quicker way to scroll through this stuff.
Much obliged.
There we go. Ooh. Oh yeah, that does it, yeah. And then I'll end my turn.
What you want to do?
All right. Shalandra continues to her heavy crossbow attack. Zarek, it's your turn, but I'm not sure there's anything you can do at this time.
Well, I guess this is the question. And if we don't know, we don't know. That's fair as well. But I assume that I do not. I am the control over me is completely gone, or for this moment it's gone.
The control is voluntarily released, but unfortunately, you realize that you're bidden to this force. He has dominated you before to force you to fight in the arena. and it could come back whenever he wills it. Perhaps there's a save, perhaps not.
Alright, well, at this point, Zara, let's see, I'm 5, 10, 15, about 15 feet from the bubble, the back end of it.
Yeah.
I throw the sword down that I'm holding, as an action to the, basically right back here. I guess that's 20 feet. But
Sure.
yeah, I throw the sword there, behind me, and then I look back and I say, I don't know why you creatures have imprisoned me here, working for that being's, doing that creature's bidding, but I'm just trying to escape myself. I don't know who you are or what you're doing or why you've trapped me, but I throw my sword down, so you can let me go, and that's my turn.
Naris, you're up. Depends
Yeah.
on, if you guys believe him.
Well, I can't release him anyway, so, but obviously we're victims of the same person, and we're actually trying to seek him out to kill him. So we're, as far as I'm concerned, we're on the same side. And I say that, and then I go ahead and use my spiritual weapon to attack Dorak's Wraith. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no,
And I
no.
slip and fall.
That's no good.
On the ground. But I look up and go ahead and cast a firebolt on the same wraith, thinking I need to find me a dice prison too. Well, at least that was a hit. Okay, well, I look dejectedly down and pass my turn.
Well, this is going to be our last turn because I'm going to kill him. I'm going to use my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna...
Yeah, put the effect on him before he attacks.
Alright, it should be activated now.
There it goes.
Yep, it's activated.
Good thing I did.
That's a good hit.
Okay, and my second.
Dorlock, your wraith is kind of tough.
His wraith is based on him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use my Divine Smite. That's the one I want to use? Yeah. And I'm going to upcast it to level 3.
All right, just apply your level 3 Divine Smite. There you go. I think that'll utterly ruin this wraith. I don't think he's gonna like that radiant damage.
And then now I am going to give it my damage.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And,
Well, I hope you enjoyed using that level 3 spell slot. You don't have many of those.
I know, I did. I told you I was on ending.
I might be a little overkill there, Dorla. Dora.
And I end my turn.
So combat ends, You've destroyed all the wraiths, and you look around this chamber. The sarcophagus otherwise is empty. Zarek, you remember that when you were put inside, you weren't put in there, but you were dominated and forced to walk in there. When you had been forced to walk in there, there was a bag of holding in there, but it's no longer there when you left.
I'm not understanding that. What do you mean?
When you went into the coffin earlier, the vampire Issem had dominated you and forced you to walk into the coffin. When you went in there, originally, there was a bag of holding inside there.
Okay.
When you woke up in there just now, it's gone. It was right at your feet. It was full of Issem's treasure.
Okay.
You can use that how you will.
Okay.
Explain yourself. Why are you fighting with us?
Fighting with you? You trapped me.
What do you mean we trapped you? We just let you out. You never seen us before. How do you know we trapped you?
Zarek looks and he's a little confused at this point and says, "No, you trapped me."
You called us a vampire. What do you mean a vampire? Look at the sunlight. How can we still be here if we were the daylight spell and so bright in here? If we were vampires, we'd be getting destroyed by this. Use logic here.
What do you look like?
I'm a little tiny gnome.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Fanged creature or not, Istik, you are the weird creature here.
How
you all are.
Weird creature.
You all are, and he looks at all of you so confused.
Dolrak, you take out the Tear of Saloon, and it's bright and pulsatile in front of this creature.
So I speak up to him. I said, "Hi, I am Dolrak. I'm a follower of the Saloon of the Moon Maidens, and this is the Tear of Saloon. And we all were chosen to go and defeat the ones. What's the name of that book?
The Historiophage.
There's ones that's using the Historiophage to change the history, and we're here to keep that from happening. And we were led to you through the Tear of Saloon because you are also one of the chosen ones, and we need you in our party to help us. That is why I didn't drive a stake through your heart when you was in that sarcophagus. We are friend. We are not foe."
Zarek, as you kind of struggle to regain some of your memories, your mind is really badly blasted over the course of being dominated for quite some time.
Yeah.
And you think back to a big battle that you had. This was a battle out of the nearly destroyed city of Eltabar. When you had arrived, this was across you had traveled across the plain to see how extensive this anomaly had reached, and you realized it reached deep into the material plane where it began, and you began to fight. You fought a battle there with the Githyanki, with the Githzerai. You were the Githzerai fighting with the Githyanki, and you fought the leader of the Githyanki there. This is the time when you were fighting with the sword, and because you were fighting so close to the anomaly, both of you were nearly sucked in and consumed by the anomaly. You saved yourself by grabbing onto a nearby loose stone, and you saw also next to you was this silver sword. And you thought to yourself, if I can only get this silver sword, I can use it as a lever to get out of this being consumed by this anomaly. You called out to the silver sword. It is a silver sword of the Githyanki, those faithful to Lich Queen. It would not listen to you. You called out to it again and again. It would not listen to you. And then there was another, and then you felt the presence of another force that was there to assist you. It was some sort of a divine force upon the material realm, and it offered you a deal. You would be the force's manifestation on this plane, and the force will give you, will attune you to this weapon. It was either that or die, and you took the deal. You had agreed to the. You don't know who this force was, but when you agreed to the deal, the weapon attuned to you and immediately appeared in your hand, and you were able to use it to escape, right before you were captured by the Red Wizards.
Yeah.
How'd you end up in the casket, in the coffin?
So, is that all that came back to me at this moment, or is it bits and pieces of that and other stuff?
Well, you have your distant memories, obviously. You have your distant, you have your most recent memories. You have bits and pieces of being down here and fighting in the arena under the domination of Issem. His domination has really kind of exhausted you.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as coming onto this plane and to the point when I've encountered the wizard and to the point of coming here.
Yeah, you'll remember that.
It's kind of, I remember all of it, or is it kind of one like in and out, and then here I am, and I remember just brief fights.
You remember that. You remember coming down. You remember you were so weak by the time you made it away from that anomaly that the Red Wizards nearly immediately took you down. It wasn't very hard. There were so many of them. There was only one of you. It appears the rest of your little creche died.
Okay. So yeah, and who just asked me something?
Well, it was Naris. I just asked you, how did you end up in the coffin?
In the coffin.
That's where you was when we found you. You were laying. We don't know whether you was unconscious or not, but when Doorlock opened up that coffin, pushed it open a little bit more, you jumped out of it.
Zarek looks at you and Dorak and really like straightforward, not even trying to make a joke, just confused like, but also not necessarily as fluent with the common tongue as you would be, goes, I do not know what you and this dull one speaks of. And not trying to insult, it says it like that. And goes, this saloon, I've heard of her, but she's not my god. Once again, I don't know how I got into this coffin.
Well, she's not my god either. She's not the one that I follow, but I was still chosen as one of Saloon. And she's helped me in my travels as well, and there's a particular reason for a bigger cause than all the rest of us. And there are many gods in the realms, and some are good and some are evil. And we can serve a god, but we can also help out other gods.
And what is it you ask of me? I asked you to release me from your prison. What do you want in return?
We would, since it has been shown that Saloon, who we are helping in a quest, you might say now, has chosen you as one of those to help us. So I would ask that you would help, whether it be out of the goodness of your heart or whether it be because we rescued you from this evil vampire.
And then I chime in and I say, you have to want to help. We're not forcing you to help. It's your choice. We can let you out of this forced bubble. You can go your way. We'll go our way. But
Shalandra cuts in. She says, Issem is still alive. She says, you cannot let him out. And she says, in fact, you should even keep an eye on me. and she pulls down her collar and she shows you 2 bite marks. And she motions to you, Zarek. She says, "Pull down your collar."
And he pulls down his collar.
Zarek, you likewise have 2 bite marks. So Shalandra says, "We are his thralls." He says, at any time he can dominate our minds, force us into his will. If we don't destroy him, he says, he will always be here inside our minds. She's like, that's why you cannot let him go.
Then I shall slay this fanged beast.
And we will work along beside you to do it. As long as you can help us also.
You know where he might have gone.
Shalandra says
he went into his room and then he disappeared.
There's not many other places he can hide. This whole place is monitored closely by the Red Wizards. He says there is the room of magical runes to the north. Or perhaps he is deceiving us somehow and he's still here somewhere. And she's kind of looking around.
But if he can dominate people, Meow Meow, does that mean he can possess them as well?
It is nearly the same thing, she says. His mind becomes yours. You lose control of your body and your own will. But you remain awake and conscious, knowing what you're doing.
Scary, Meow Meow. How do we know that we're not dominated right now, Meow Meow?
She says, if you are dominated as well, then I'm afraid we're all lost. He says, I cannot... She says, if he instills his domination, if it came to that, then you should kill me because there's no way I can resist his will, she says. But if we kill him, we can be free. We have not yet turned.
Now, you remind me, when we first went in there, did we see him run into the Issem or whatever his name is, run into this room here? Is that the reason we chased him there? That's been a couple weeks. I can't remember.
He turned into a shroud of mist and backed away this direction. But but it was covered in darkness. As a shroud of mist, it's really difficult to detect. He could have easily floated around in a ceiling. You wouldn't have noticed.
Can the invisibility detect him in that form?
If he's invisible, not as a shroud of mist, he is visible. He's just hard to see. It's sort of like a perception check. It's not. But he can.
Has that.
But also, vampires, as you know, typically can become invisible magically as well.
Right, so since Dorlock's in the room with the daylight on, it should be pretty... I mean, all the corners of that room that he's standing in should be pretty visible, so we ought to be able... I'm going to look around to see if I can see any mist or anything of that nature inside this room.
When you look into the room, you see those orbs floating around. A couple of those orbs broke earlier and turned into those wraiths. Right. Just about every other step in this room was a pit trap as well.
But I don't see any indication of a mist or anything.
No, not visually. I mean, it's pretty bright with the daylight spell in there, but you don't see anything visually.
Zarek goes and says, if we encounter the creature again, I should be able to see him if he decides to run like a coward.
Well, can you see
it? It did a lot of damage to me. And it felt weird when you hit me with it. Right.
You know what, Tolan, I'll allow you to roll a history check on that sword. Zarek, even if you don't tell him, Tolan might know what that sword's about.
is, or about the sword? It's like this specific one.
Well, the sword you own.
Okay.
Your silver sword.
Yeah.
My fake power was fighting for a second. Say history and the sword. Okay.
Tolan, that's a Githyanki silver sword. That's a big deal. These Githyanki, they are obsessive about their silver weapons. The Githyanki are a generally pretty evil race. They worship their queen, which is the Lich Queen of Lakith, and they create these silvered weapons infused with psionic energy. Psionic energy is a mentally charged magic that has to deal with your intelligence and your thought. It's the power of thought, and this is actually one of the specialties of the Githyanki because they used it to overthrow the Mind Flayers in ancient history. So that weapon is it seems to be something that only a high-ranking Githyanki general would have. And Githyanki generally are not nice people at all.
Well, I asked the guys, do I let him out? I'm gonna have to let him out eventually anyways.
I kind of want to roll. Is it okay if I roll an insight check on him?
You know what? I'm gonna have to ask him as a player if it's okay if he rolls. Will you be honest if he does well on his insight?
Well, it depends. I mean, yes, if he rolls well, yes, I will. That's part of the game, right? But I'll play it off in a way that you would actually have an insight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, my second question on you is that are you kind of using intimidation, deception to try to hide your intentions? Because in that case, we're going to do a contest roll.
Yeah, it would depend on what the question is. What is he trying to do inside? I haven't said anything.
Well, what you were saying about wanting to get out and all that stuff, like if you're being sincere or if you're just trying to get out so that, yeah.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you right now without breaking the immersion of this. The character said that he wanted to get out, and he means that. He wants to get out. Right now, his main goal, which you could tell, is that he seems very eager to want to fight this vampiric beast. When she mentioned that that he has control over him and her, you saw like anger flash in his face, and it was, from what you could tell, it seemed genuine that he wanted to get out and fight that beast. Not necessarily you people anymore. Like he said, he genuinely seemed. He didn't. He just remembers you guys trapping him. Yeah. That looked legitimate. He was confused.
Right.
But Tolan, I am going to tell you, because of your history roll, from what you know of the Githyanki, they are a violent, predatory, hateful species, and their main purpose generally is to serve their queen, and and they have absolutely no problem doing things that are dangerous and immoral. So they're dangerous people to mess with. They usually are not easy. They're usually not able to be reasoned with. And that sword is a Githyanki general sword. So that, just to take that into consideration.
Yep.
They're usually not so nice as to have conversation with you like this. They usually want to kill you first.
Hmm.
Yep.
Of course, why would Staloon send us to someone who is going to kill us?
That's what Shalandra asked. Why in the world would Staloon choose a Githyanki?
All right, so Tiny Marble Cake will turn to Tolan and be like,
It seems like he's in his right mind right now, Meow Meow. Might be safe to let him out for now, but if he does turn on us again, meow meow, we can deal with him.
I'm going to, I got a scroll of see invisibility. I'm going to go ahead and take that. It lasts for an hour. So if the guy's in here, maybe I can see him. If not, maybe if he's invisible, we'll be able to find him. So I'm going to go ahead and use it now.
Okay, you cast see invisibility. He's nowhere visible inside the room when you turn around with that spell.
So, did Tolan repeat this to the group from that history, or is that just something Tolan knows?
It's up to Tolan. I told Tolan because of a history check. He rolled a pretty fantastic history check. Knows a lot about the Githyanki and the the eternal conflict between the Githyanki and the Geik. He knows a lot about that.
I will tell the group that it's hard to believe that the tier is telling us to take this person as at their word complete. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that the tier Thayloon has such an interest in this creature, and I just think we definitely have to watch our backs around this thing. That like I said, that sword that hit me pretty good, and I'm afraid it's not gonna go well if it goes the opposite way.
Tiny, in your experience as a bard and giving many performances, there are many stories about grand tales about adventurers. They always come upon a silver sword, and thinking that the sword is powerful and valuable and has magical properties, they take that sword and use it. But it always comes to tragedy, because that silver sword always ends up being a Githyanki sword. And the Githyanki are known to travel from plane to plane, and they will stop at nothing in the name of their queen to hunt down and eviscerate anyone who steals their silver swords. And you're looking at that sword that's dropped on the ground, and it's looking a lot like the swords described in those legends.
Did Zarek convey to the party his story of how he acquired the sword?
I don't think so. No. he didn't tell you who he was yet.
So Tiny Marble Cakes will look at the sword and then look at Zarek and then be like,
"Where did you get that sword, meow meow?"
This sword is not from here. That's all you need to know.
Do you have any other weapons on you?
I do.
Well, would you have anything against if we let you set you free temporarily, Dorlock, taking possession of your silver sword until we can take care of the vampire?
Well, he cannot keep this sword.
No, I don't mean for him to keep it. No, we wouldn't do that. But hold on to it until we're sure that we have the Issa destroyed, so that his control over you is no longer.
Well, I don't think you could keep this sword from me.
Well, we don't want to keep it from you. We just want to hold it until we're done facing Issa. And since you have other weapons, and you're a Githyanki warrior, you should be able to take him down with what other weapons you have.
I'm no Githyanki, and the Gith in front of you slams his fist into the wall and says, "If you were all half as smart as you seem to be, then you would know that not all of us are Githyanki. I'm a Githzerai, and there's a distinct difference." And he spits on the floor, and he says, "Albeit we are one of the same people, we are not the same."
Yes, and would you know what kind of elf I am?
Well, what do you look like?
Well,
no, he doesn't.
You see my picture?
He doesn't. He absolutely doesn't. He's not from here.
So, I mean, I have no way of knowing
You know what, Tiny, I'll have you roll a history. You think about the stories that you've told, that you've learned about through your travels about these plains travelers.
All right, so you want me to roll a history check?
Yeah.
All right.
You hear the name Githzerai, and Tiny, you remember an old tale. It's an old ancient tale about the it's about the original. This was eons ago, before even Abertoro had existed. There was the infinite empire of mind flayers that just traveled across the realms, and the mind flayers, you know mind flayers, they're pretty nasty creatures. They had droves of different slaves of many races, and there was one very important race called the Gith that they had enslaved. The Gith are just like what this person is. He is also Gith. Now, the Gith are very important because it was ultimately the Gith and Queen, the Queen Gith. She had over many generations. The Gith had trained themselves to be able to harness psionic energy, and it is the Queen Gith that, using this psionic energy, liberated all the Gith. They liberated the Gith, and they actually turned on their Mind Flayer masters, and this almost destroyed the Infinite Empire. Actually, they're the reason why the Mind Flayers are not currently controlling everything. Once Queen Gith, had done so and kind of separate her own people, they went off to live in their own plane, the astral plane. However, years later, there was a civil war because the Queen Gith had perished, and to inherit the throne was another Gith called Vlaakith. She was someone named Queen Vlaakith. Vlaakith was, some say, the illegitimate heir to the throne. She inherited the throne and turned the Githyanki into a servile, feudal species that worshipped only her, and she became her lich god, their lich queen. That's what made the Githyanki evil. However, there are stories of a separatist Gith that had survived the civil war. They survived. They worship a being called Zerthamon, and they survived because there's rumored to be descendants of the original Queen Gith that still survive today, and they are loyal to those descendants. They are also Gith, but they are constantly at war with the Githyanki, and that they are called the Githzerai. There you go.
Learn something new every day.
No, this is D&D lore since first edition.
Yeah. Oh.
And knowing this, Tiny Marble Kicks will turn to Zarek and be like,
I'm terribly sorry for the mix-up, meow meow.
Oh, sorry, Tiny's mic breaks up when he goes high. When he does the voice sometimes.
When he goes into character.
Yeah.
Is it still breaking up now?
Yeah, right now it's breaking up.
Yeah, what you said.
Let me see if I can fix that. Let's see what we
it's Discord noise suppression kind of settings. I think those turn it down.
Find.
Well, Tiny kind of give us the short version of what you just told him?
Sure.
About the Gith.
Kind of settings. I think those.
Then I look at while he's trying to fix this microphone. I'll look at Zarek and I will.
But the question still remains: why, if this character is a Githzerai, why does this character possess a Githyanki general sword?
Well, now that is good. Well, if they're at war, it could be a spoil of war.
You do know that any silver sword taken away from the Githyanki will cause them to chase you to the ends of time and space. They will never stop chasing you until they get their silver sword back.
Tiny know that?
That's actually the entire basis of a lot of these stories.
I know, but what I'm saying is that meta, or is there any way
No,
that we know
no,
that?
that's something that Tiny would know because she knows about the stories of the Githyanki.
So Tiny should know that he shouldn't have that silver sword then.
It is strange. Being a chosen of Saloon is also fairly strange in this situation.
Yeah.
Typically, the gods choose mortals to carry out their whims. They typically do so within the material plane.
Hey, how long is this conversation going on? I'm just curious.
It is. You only let's say you have like another 20 seconds before the wall drops.
Well, I'll just say, just let him go, and let's go try to get Issa.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of sitting here, kind of arguing.
Yep.
Well, we all want the same outcome.
I will pull out my my rapier, my 9-life stealer, and I'm like, if you attack me again, it's not gonna be just a bubble that separates us. It's gonna be your death, and then I'll shut off the bubble.
And then Zarek looks at Tolan, and the sword that's about 20 feet away immediately just disappears and reappears back into his hands, and he smiles and says, "Are we going or what?"
Well, you just gave away your sword's trick at that point.
Well,
that's kind of a good thing, because that kind of gives us a better reason to maybe trust him a little bit.
Yeah, it appears that the sword is somehow psionically bound to him.
I do have a question outside of what.
I will say this: I am a fighter, so I mean that we can leave it at that. But
yeah, you look like a fighter. You're taking a fighting stance. You got a fighter's weapon. You're looking like a fighter to them.
Would I know? My question is: would I know whether dispel magic would take the control away if he gets it cast on him again, the control person from Issa? If I just cast dispel magic, would that dispel that?
It would require a check because a dominate person is a very high level spell. So you can try. You think that you can try.
Okay.
But it won't be as simple. It won't be a guaranteed because these are high. This is a high circle magic that you would have to be trying to dispel.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go.
Well, I want to know what does he do with this sword? Does he sheath it? Does he sheath it? Does he?
He's gonna keep it with him. That way he can use it.
I'm gonna let him. I think we just let him keep it and deal with it. You could cast the force barrier around him again if it was necessary.
I just threatened him if he attacked me again. It's gonna be a different thing, and I'm just curious what he does.
There's gonna be the hells to pay.
I'm just curious what he does with the sword once it just came back to his hand. Because
And like
he's gonna alarm me and want me to almost attack him again.
And Tiny Marble Cake suggested that if he turns on us again, we can deal with him. So,
well, let's go. We still got the globe with the daylight, so let's head north. That's the only place left, and I still have see invisibility on for a little while, so let's go.
Circle of power. Look at how long that's supposed to last.
It lasts an hour.
Okay, we're good.
Am I able to move my character? It's weird. I'm not really able to move him.
It's because of lagging. Use your arrow keys instead if you're dragged.
Oh yeah, I'm not able to use the arrow keys, which is what's throwing me off.
Oh.
I could use the mouse.
I can move my guy pretty well. There you moved.
No, I moved him.
Oh, you moved him?
No, I'm moving myself. But it's only the mouse.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a weird lag thing going on because the map is so huge, and it has to do with the amount of stuff I have in the combat tracker as well.
Did we search all these bodies already? That's been a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember.
Oh, what the hell is all these effects?
So, just to
So
reiterate,
where's the door we're going for?
we came in from the east side.
Right.
We did
Yeah.
check the door to the northeast, and it looked like that was a portal to get out of here. If I remember. Only other pathways I see are to the southwest, right? Anywhere else?
Dolrak, as you get up there, and there's a white gate. Hold on, I'm having a little bit of a lag difficulty.
We are lagging, yeah, I am too.
So, Dolrak, this is a white gate. You see, it's a 10-foot diameter circle of runes that kind of bleeds into the wall. It has clear quartz fragments that set onto the floor. Within the circle, there's a luminous white mist that shimmers, obscuring whatever lies beyond. You can vaguely see outlines of a continued hallway beyond this.
So are we going that way?
I don't think we can get through. Isn't that one of those
We'll go that way.
barriers that we can't get through?
That's the one we have to find a key for?
Well, it depends on what attunements you have. So, just to review the attunement situation, you guys have a
That's what I was
skeleton
looking
key.
for.
Yeah, your skeleton key is attuned to the area you're currently in, which is the arena. It's the fiendish arena. If you're attuned to the area you're in, any white gates that are adjacent to that area, you're also attuned to.
Oh, okay. That's what
Wait a minute,
I was
aren't the
looking that up.
white gates not able to be opened, but the black gates are?
White gates are barriers. If you have attunement, you can open either.
As long as we have attunement for the section that we're in.
Yeah.
So we can go through
So
this
you
one
you
then.
are attuned to this this white gate. You can open it.
Okay. I guess, I mean,
Are we going to look for any other gates and doors before we go through this one?
There's a hallway over here down to the south.
Yeah, there appears to be another hallway down south, and Tolan, as you walk over there, you see another white gate. You guys know that you're attuned to both these white gates because you are attuned to the area that is adjacent to them.
Okay. And we don't see any other exit, correct?
You don't see anything else.
I seem to think we should go south.
well, didn't those guys, Shalandra and the other guys, say that they thought he might have went north?
Did they?
Come on, Tiny, you're the one with the memory.
Nah, people said something that there was a monster that was locked up north. That there was some creature that was put up north.
Well, yeah. I
Well,
thought that was
actually,
something about the
she had thought that it was the Gith that was locked up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Instead,
She thought the Gith was
it
locked up
appeared.
north.
Yeah, the Gith was instead in the coffin and not up north.
Oh, so maybe Issem might be behind that door then, or in that hallway.
Probably went through one of these portals. Possibly. So. Seems like we either start knocking on walls to see if there's another way out of here.
So can my familiar go through the portals without us?
No. All creatures, in order to get through it, you have to use your attunement and dispel it.
Zarek goes up to the gate. Does it open?
No.
And Zarek looks at
So Zarek, you don't know how, you know that when Issem had you down here, he had this weird looking pendant that he would use every time he wanted to come up to this area. He actually had you trapped behind here before. There were these runes that were binding you when you were back there.
Okay.
But just this time, he decided to pull a fast one and trick them, and he switched. I guess he might have switched places and put you in the coffin instead.
Well, Zarek looks and says, "Can you open this?"
Up the north, that's the way I think we ought to go. I think Dorlog is the one that has the key. So he has to be the one through first, I guess.
Yeah, Zarek looks at you and says, "Can you open this? You've come this far. Surely you can get in and out of these rooms."
I'm looking to see if I have the key. Am I the one with it?
I thought we said to give it to you, or maybe it's
Yep,
to
I
the
have
party.
it. Yes,
Okay.
I do. Yeah, okay. Yes, I can open this.
Well,
let's go.
All right, Dolrak, you go up holding up the pendant, and the pendant attunes to the white gate and opens it. As you walk in beyond, you look around and it opens up to a big hallway. It's a the wood panel walls of this long hall are scorched. There's cracks in the panels that reveal bare stone. There's 3 mystic-appearing circles that have been scribed into each floor, scribed onto the floor, each edged with rough runes.
I'm going to continue to walk in.
Naris, as you kind of round the corner, your see invisibility finds Issem and his little disciple Eldrath inside the room.
I point him out. Where is he at inside the room? I point out and say, "There he is."
And I still have the sunlight on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should hurt him as we walk in too, but I asked Starlock if he can see him because he said he thought he'd be able to see him.
Oh, Dolrak, are you walking into that circle?
Yeah, well, I was walking over here to the circle, yes. Is that bad?
That don't sound good.
Zarek says no.
Well, Dolrak, as you walk into that circle, you're gonna get you get a relatively not so bad dex save. So you only take half of this horrible damage.
Ruh-roh. Oh man, that's a lot of dice.
As you walk into one of these circles, you see that on the ceiling there's some sort of orb. The orb discharges a bolt of lightning that just blasts through Dolrak. Of course, Issem comes out of invisibility at this point. Whoops. Issem and his little disciple come out of invisibility, and he poises, ready to attack. All right. Issem, of course, is under sunlight and suffering badly. Issem is able to teleport from inside the room to another inside the room. He teleports right next to you, and he begins to attack.
Going to keep the same initiative?
Yeah. There's no reason to change initiative.
All right.
In vampire form, Issem has 2 attacks. One is his strike. He has disadvantage because of the sun sensitivity, but he still gets you, even with disadvantage. His second attack is a bite. That bite misses. Zarek, you're up. You saw Dolrak walk into these runes. The magic of the runes is still there. You walk in, you're gonna get zapped too.
In the rune or the room?
The rune.
You see the circle around where Dorak and his friend is? That's where the magic is. You walk across those runes, you're gonna get zapped too.
You might still be able to attack him.
You're not gonna be able to attack Issem without walking across the runes.
Or at least not melee.
Like even if you attack to put your hand across to strike him, you're gonna be crossing those runes. So do you want to take this trap?
Yeah, screw it. Why not?
Oh, you are just so bloodthirsty.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
We got a dex save. Sorry, Tiny, your circle of power is not in range.
Man.
All right, complete your turn. Go ahead.
All right. Swing this sword. And I'm going to action surge. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, so close.
30 though, wow. Man, these are high modifiers.
And I believe second wind is a bonus action.
That's a bonus action, yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use that on myself.
Second wind's kind of measly in terms of how much it heals you, but better than
A little bit helps.
And there we go.
all right. That's it for your turn, Naris. You're up.
Okay, for my first action or a bonus action, I'm going to cast Warrior's Punishment, spiritual weapon.
I'm just repositioning Shalandra. She would have been like here.
Oh, bear came up, nice. And I will go ahead and attack Issa with my spiritual weapon. Hit. Okay, and for my next, I want to cast Firebolt at Issa. That's better. Okay, there, I fixed that. Okay. And he's visible right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stay right there. Well, I kind of moved it into the wall. There we go. And go ahead and pass my turn.
If I drink a potion of healing, is that bonus action or an action?
That's an action in my games.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna drink a potion of greater healing.
Very nice.
And that's it. I'll go ahead and pass my turn.
All right.
I want to stay in melee range.
Eldrach is up. She whispers, "Come to me, my children of the night." And Shalendra is going to roll a wisdom. Wait a second, why did she have, she shouldn't have advantage on that one. So if she didn't have advantage...
Because he's in daylight, maybe?
Yeah, but that shouldn't make her...
Well, I'm just saying...
Because she should have failed. She would have been a 14. Unfortunately, she's going to fail that. She's going to turn... You can see that her eyes roll the back of her head while she goes into this enthralled trance, and she turns on you. That's what unfortunately happens when you bring vampire thralls in. But however, Eldrach is going to take some burning because of the sunlight. She screams in pain. Tolan. You turn around. You see Shalandra has been enthralled.
Since Shalandra's badge, would she still be in my aura?
Well, she's not close enough to you anyway.
Yeah, you got a 10-foot aura, and Tiny's aura doesn't apply to this to somebody already dominated.
It says from aura on effects.
Shalanda shouldn't have that. Oh, she had Tiny's aura. That's why she had advantage.
So then she would have passed.
No, it doesn't.
She would have passed.
She's already dominated. So it doesn't apply. It's not an effect. So it's off her right now.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, she's enthralled by the vampires, so she's going to be attacking you.
Did we? I just want to know. Did Tolan see this orb strike?
Yeah, Tolan, you see that each of these magic circles has an orb on top of it, and the orb is discharging lightning. You saw it happen twice. It hit Dolrak, and then it hit your new friend, Zarek.
Anyway, the bonus action, I'll activate my belief. So we'll do that. Shalandra, you better knock this off. I don't like those creepy looks in your eyes. And
her mind is not her own, unfortunately, or her actions definitely aren't. She looks at you with disdain as she draws her weapon ready to strike. She is unfortunately a vampire spawn. And, actually, Zarek is too. You better hope Zarek doesn't,
for the most part, I will be, trying to distract Salandra enough that she'll attack me instead of Neris or whatever. And then I will cast Chromatic Orb at the orb above Dolrak.
That orb, you have to roll an attack. That orb does have a hip armor class.
Okay, I'm hoping I can defeat its armor class, so I'll just roll it in the thing because it's not.
Yeah. You don't hit the orb.
Okay.
The orb is tiny. It's hard to hit.
Okay. And I'll maintain a defensive stance between Salandra and Darius. And that will end my turn.
All right, it's Tiny's turn.
Alright, so I guess Tiny Marble Cakes kind of notices the issues going on with Shalendra.
Yeah, there's some big issues going on with Shalendra.
Let's see.
Now, how come his aura didn't count on her saves?
Oh, because she's already dominated.
Yeah, but she was in his aura when the guy cast his.
No, she's already dominated. She's just being called at this point.
Oh, okay. I see.
These two have been bitten. It's bad news.
All right.
You got to kill Issem to get rid of their curse.
Alright, let's see. Well, Tiny Marble Cakes probably knows that it's a dominate thing, and that a calm emotion spell is probably not going to work, right?
It's not going to work, and you know that it's more than just a dominate spell. This is vampirism. Their souls are connected to their master. And they can temporarily resist their master if they roll a check, but they can't, eventually they will succumb to their master. The only cure for this kind of vampirism before they've actually turned is to kill the master. Once they've fully turned, it's over.
Well, at that point, they're a full-blown vampire.
You're actually surprised that a Gith can be a vampire.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bold move. I'm going to target Issem. What's the range? Okay. I'm gonna try to pelt him with a firebolt. Oh, and that's a hit. I'm gonna get to roll damage. Okay, why is this not responding?
Yeah, my
Whoa, you got full damage on Issem. Wow.
Nice.
The full damage. Issem's not looking too good.
good job, Tiny.
And I think I'm gonna end my turn.
It's Shalandra's turn. It appears that she's received a command. Tolan, she's gonna move outside your range, and she's hostile, so you may opportunity attack her if you want. Both Tolan and Neris.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to log out and then log back in because my character sheet's locked up. I can't open up any tabs.
I've had that problem before. It has something to do with the new update. So none of the tabs work. Sometimes I go to one tab and go to another tab, and you can go back to the old one.
Yeah, you have to do it 2 or 3
I've clicked
times.
on every tab and it's stuck on journal right now.
Oh, it has something to do with the journal. Just don't go to the journal tab for the time being.
So do I need to log out and then log back in then? Is that the only way to fix it?
Usually, if you click enough, it'll eventually get you out of it.
Yeah, just click it to go up to like log or
Yeah,
one of the other ones and click on
I'm
it.
clicking away.
It happens with the journal tab. I think it has to do with the extension. Yes, if you log out and log back in, it will, but it might take longer to log out and back in.
Well, I'm clicking away. It's not doing anything.
Well, the only question I have for you before you log out is, do you want to opportunity attack Shalandra as she moves out of your range?
I think I'll just not attack her at this
Yeah,
time.
I'm not gonna link to it.
Okay, well, Shalandra is going to go after Tiny because she wants to bring down the Word of Power.
Oh, you're going that way.
Yeah. She's
I got out of it.
okay.
Thank you.
So she's received a command, and she's going to target Tiny to bring down this magical protection that Tiny's holding up. She takes out her sword. Oh, that's a miss. She has 2 melee attacks. She's gonna hit you, Tiny.
Before we conclude that...
Okay, you got a shield or something?
I got cutting words.
Okay, can you cut that 23 down to something where you won't get hit?
I'll try.
Alright, let's try it.
Alright, should I just roll a d8?
Yeah, roll a d8. We'll subtract it from 23.
Alright.
Oh, nice!
There you go.
That brings it down to a 15, which misses.
Alright, your bardic skills have dodged that attack from Shalandra. And then we will go back to Issem. Issem badly damaged, taking even more damage, burning in this daylight. Looks like he's about to go down. Issem, of course, whispers obscenities to you, Zarek. The creatures of the night come to me. Zarek, wisdom saving throw to resist thrallship. 16. Right. 16's the DC.
In the open, right?
It doesn't matter. It's going to be obvious.
Somebody have guidance?
No, you can't, because unless you can do it as a reaction, you can't do... You can do it if you have a reaction that you can put into this, then yes. But guidance is not a reaction.
You mean you let me do that with a reaction?
Only if you have a reaction that does that, like cutting words.
No, I don't have a reaction that does that.
Hey, so I do have a question.
Yeah.
I do have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. Would I be able to have advantage on that? It's a race action, mental discipline.
Yeah, you're right. That is correct. Actually, I think that does apply. So I think you can have advantage.
Okay. I mean, I have a +1, so it may or may not make a difference. But here we go.
16 is what we were looking for. Oh, that.
Oh!
Yeah, there you go.
That advantage saves you. After Issem does that, Issem teleports. He can teleport within the circles, even though you can't. He's gonna teleport to this safe circle over here, and you're gonna have to take another lightning hit if you want to reach him.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn. You can throw a javelin at him if you don't want to get hit by the lightning. You can Misty Step in there if you still have a Misty Step. I mean.
But I would ultimately take damage, correct? Regardless.
Not if you
Misty Step or not.
Depends on the type of magic.
Okay. Well, you know,
You know, the runes is what causes the reaction. So I guess if you Misty Step, you're not really crossing the runes, because you're just going from one place to the other, right?
Yeah, Zarek doesn't care. Zarek's gonna run through.
Come on, Zarek.
I think that would be in his nature right now.
All right, Zarek simply doesn't care, and he just charges.
Yep.
He
just takes the damage, right? The save. You rolling it or me?
I'll roll it, but my screen is a little bit frozen right now. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you failed that one.
Oh.
We're talking 8d6 lightning damage.
Okay.
Fireball! But it's lightning.
Come on, 1, 1, 1. No.
There's not a single one in that.
There's not even one in there. You got all them high numbers.
Oh man, yeah, that's like a wizard would love that kind of a roll for a fireball.
I know. Jesus. All right.
But now you get to wail on Issem.
Yes. I'm going to swing and.
I wanted a 20.
Me too.
Oh, Issem's not going to survive much more of this.
Damn it.
Ouch. Issem is almost dead.
Okay. And, yeah, I think, You reroll. Oh, damn it! You know what? It's too late now, but moving forward, I gotta try and remember it because it's not an effect thing. But I have a Indomitable reroll a saving throw you fail.
Yes.
But yeah, I gotta remember that.
Remember that for next time, because that would have helped.
I know. All right. Yeah. That's my turn right now.
Okay, Neris, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon and attack Issem, I guess it is.
Is it Issem or Issem?
Issem.
Issem, okay.
Issem?
Okay. Issem a little difficult to remember how to pronounce.
All the isms.
My eyes are bad. I can't read half the stuff anyway.
Generalism. I don't know.
Man, my spiritual weapon just ain't getting it going on right now. Okay, I got another question. If I run over and cast a scroll of cure curse or remove curse, will that remove the curse from the elf?
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Okay, I'll sorry, since it's
no. This is
vampirism is a little bit different.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, these two are vampires. They already are vampires. They just have the red.
Fangs?
Well, the thing, you haven't turned yet. When you turn, you'll get fangs. They already are vampires. They're vampires spawn.
Did Issem take his damage for the light on his turn?
What?
Did Issem take his damage from the daylight?
Yes, he did.
Turn?
That's why he's almost dead. You can see his skin is smoking. This battle would have been a lot harder without daylight. So,
with what?
Without the daylight spell on Dolrak, this battle would be a lot harder because he'd be going the other way. He'd be regenerating every round.
Oh yeah. Strahd.
You're not supposed to have daylight by the time you fight Strahd. I don't think you're not. You're not supposed to be high enough level.
What level you're supposed to be at when you do fight Strahd?
Something low. It's like below 10.
Oh, really? Then Strahd's not actually all that powerful then.
Well, in the old one he was.
Yeah. So it's a little shaky because the thing is they don't. Wizards of the Coast didn't want to design an adventure that is that high level, so they made the Ravenloft kind of like a lower level type adventure. So you have to scale your character level to that. Because of spells like Daylight, they're too game breaking for Ravenloft. Like plane shift and Daylight, you can just plane shift out of Barovia. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this place. I'm out of here.
Daylight's only a 3rd level spell.
Oh yeah, so a 5th level character can cast it.
Oh really?
If it's only a 3rd level spell, then yeah, any character of at least 5th level can cast it.
Yeah, I heard you could Sunstrike Strahd, but I mean, typically it was a level 20 fighter, level 20 wizard is how I heard in the previous older edition.
In original D&D, that's different. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's really formidable.
Hey, Neris, what are you doing?
I'm rejoining the campaign.
I'm saying we lost him.
Neris, I'll hold your character's turn until you come back. Dolrak, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna cast protection from energy line on myself.
Okay, do you have it'd be easier if you could put an effect on yourself.
Did I get it? Did it go take effect?
Protection from energy, yep.
Yeah. And that's supposed to protect me from lightning. And that's a 3rd level spell.
So you have the protection on you, so whenever I roll lightning on you, it'll just resist it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to move
Issem might be dead before I get back in the game.
He
I'm
might.
gonna move down beside Issem.
Okay. I am going to hit you with the trap.
Okay.
This one's not lightning, it's something else.
You successfully dodge the trap, so you take half damage to begin with, but then you resist. That's a quarter of the damage.
Good job.
And you maintain concentration on protecting from energy. That's pretty good. You took only a little bit of damage, and you're right up into Issem's face.
There's all the
Okay.
ones and twos.
And I have no more actions. So it is Eldrith's turn.
Or will it be Neris's?
Well, I'm not. It's not loading anything now.
Eldritch takes another big burn of sunlight. Eldrak is going to come up and protect her master. He's going to come into the middle of all of you. And Dolrak, you're looking pretty tasty right now. She's got 2 attacks. She'll give the first one to Dolrak. Claws.
A miss.
Well,
Definitely a miss. And then the second attack is going to be to Zarek. Bite.
Did you do that?
She has 2 attacks. She's splitting them. She misses both. She can't do jack in this much daylight. Tolan, you're up.
I mean, my AC is like 20 something.
Tolan's gonna say that, Tiny, you look like you're doing fine with Shalendra. Talk her out of what she's doing, and I will move up to here, and let's try to cast some Toll the Dead on the almost dead creatures. Onto Issem, let's attack him with some Toll the Dead. He failed. Already hurt. Roll some high damage.
okay, I'm back.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
the vampires resist necrotic damage, but still, Issem only had 2 hit points, so that was enough. But that Issem turns into a puff of gaseous smoke and floats up into the air, floating away. The thrall ship of Shalandra does not end. You have not killed Issem yet, and he begins to floating away. Neris, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, you can take your turn then. I'll go to
Nice.
Tiny after that.
Can I attack Issem?
Not Issem.
Issem is a puff of smoke. Not even like a gaseous form kind of puff. He's literally a whiff of smoke. And you can see the whiff of smoke is floating towards you, kind of out of this chamber. And you look at Shalandra, she's still dominated. They're still enthralled.
That's not fun. Okay, let's see, I already used my spiritual weapon. I'm gonna shoot at Eldrith, I guess. I'll move up here where I can see her, or him, or it, or whatever it is. And,
It's a they. She's
It's a they?
She's gender neutral. They are gender neutral.
They are gender neutral. Okay, so
We're woke. We play a woke
No.
game.
This is we're woke now. Don't you know?
no, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Chromatic Orb at her, at they.
Them.
I don't identify.
There you go.
Hit. Let's use some. thunder damage. Ellie. Okay, and I'm going to 5, 10, 15. I'm just going to back up and end my turn. Oh, I didn't bring the combat tracker. Can you end my turn for me?
It's actually Tiny's turn. We're just jumping back to you because you were.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Did
right.
you bonus action with your spiritual weapon?
Well, I did that before before it messed up.
Okay.
Alright, noticing that it's my turn now. Noticing that Shalendra is out of whack because of the vampire spawn thing.
You have to kill Issem, and just defeating him in battle wasn't enough.
Okay, for now, I'm gonna have to drop my concentration on Circle of Power, and instead, I'm going to target her and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
All right, let's see if you can get her.
Let's see what, didn't really, wait a minute, the attack button is not, it's a save.
It's a save on her part. She fails your save. She drops to the ground and starts cackling. She's rolling back and forth, cackling.
And Tiny will look at Neris and then she'll tell him,
He's got her under control, meow meow. Go take care of Issem.
and then I'll end my turn.
Shalandra, does she get to reroll her save on her turn?
I believe so.
Okay.
They need the sound and stereoscape for that spell.
Oh yeah, you have to click cast on it or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I could cast and it didn't do anything, so I hit the save button and rolled the save.
On her turn, she rolled a 17.
Okay, I think what's my spell? I think it's 6. I think my spell save DC is. What is my spell save DC?
It should be pretty high because you maxed out your charisma. It should
yeah, so 8 plus 5.
It should be pretty high. It should be like 18.
Proficiency bonus. It's 17.
Yeah.
So if she rolled a 17, she passed.
She just barely passed out of it. Zarek, you're up.
So, can I reach Issem from here?
Issem has turned into a puff of smoke and is gone.
When you say puff of smoke, is that invisible or?
It's just you think of like a cloud of smoke. That's what he is, and he's floating on his way. He's like his whole the whole smoke cloud is like dispersed and it's floating its way out of this chamber.
But from the bottom, like I'm not moving. I'm just saying with my character, like this way or to the north.
To the north.
It's probably going back to the. I don't know that's how it turns, but yeah, probably going back to the.
I guess my question is, if I was to, yeah, and you know what I mean by this, but I guess more or less try and hit that mist with lash from the sword, and that's the key word. Could that do anything?
You don't think so?
Okay.
It's because at this point that mist thing is not even a creature.
It's just mist at that point.
We probably have to drive a stake in its heart once he takes his human
There
form
you go.
again.
So you.
Yeah, but to stop him from moving, right? Like,
I don't think we can stop him from moving because mist is invulnerable because you can cast that on yourself. And as long as you don't do anything, you can't be attacked or anything
There are
else.
ways like the wall of force can stop the mist from moving, I guess.
Yeah.
So vampires have the ability to change their density.
A gust of wind can blow that mist whatever way you want.
That'd be funny. Just keep.
No, yeah.
No, that's one of the prime features of the vampire. You just really can't kill it until you kill it.
Right.
Okay. Damn it! I should have. Yeah. Well. All right. I'm gonna strike her then, since she's right here. What I've known, obviously, it seems the party has met her before, and I'm assuming my character would have met her before.
She's one of the spawn of Issem.
already turned.
We just met her when we came
Yeah,
into here.
she's one of the
arena.
she's one of the cruel masters, helping you bleed the combatants in the arena. You hate her just as much as you hate Issem.
Okay. All right.
That ends her. So the thing is, you guys are out of combat with the vampires, but the problem is that Shalandra is still hostile to you.
Well, I think we all need to head for the sarcophagus and finish the job. And then she can chase us, or is there any way to
Well, Tiny almost got her, but with Tasha's hideous laughter, but she saved out of it.
Can you put her to sleep, anybody?
Yeah, if she's low enough.
I don't think she's not injured, really.
She doesn't appear injured at this time. You have to injure her to the point where she can be susceptible to a sleep spell.
Well, let me ask you this. Can you do non-lethal damage?
You can.
That's what I was gonna say. Just knock her in the head with the butt of your weapon.
Don't you just put that force thing around her, and then
Because,
we can...
because that'll cost a total on a level 5 spell slot.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a level 5? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
No, that's a really powerful spell. It's one of the it's one of the high level big deal spells.
that's something that he locks me and or me and Dolrak in with Issem. You know, or Issem. Sorry.
No, that spell you can't even teleport out of that.
Yeah.
Well, force would have been great to contain the smoke that the vamp.
Yeah, but you gone before it came back.
Well, here's what I think. Then he can sit here and try to delay her, and the rest of us run towards the sarcophagus.
All about attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Well, she can only take one
You
reaction.
can only take one anyway per.
Okay.
Whoever has the highest AC.
So as you guys are ready to kind of execute that plan and chase the smoke back to the sarcophagus, she speaks but opens her mouth, but it's in the voice of Issem. And Issem says to you, Wait. I have a deal for you.
Be gone.
What?
He said, "Be gone."
I said, speak on.
Oh,
I didn't
speak
say
on.
be
I thought you said be gone.
It's my accent.
He says, I do not know what you are doing in the Doom Vault, but knowledge I have, and treasures I have many. You let me live. You let me keep my thrall. And the knowledge and the treasure is yours. You kill me and you never find the treasure.
Well, the thrall, we have to have his help, at least according to what the Staluna is saying. So let's head towards sarcophagus and.
At
take the
least
dude.
let me keep this thrall, and he points to himself or herself.
He said, "What? Keep me?"
No. Now he's negotiating for Shalandra only.
Well, I don't really like that idea either, but
Let's shake
there's
hands
no
on
deal.
it and let's shake hands on this in person. This deal.
in person, yeah. Well, I think we still are. Maybe she can walk with us, but I think our original plan was to head towards that way. So I'm going to start walking towards the sarcophagus. I don't know if anybody else is.
So you guys are heading that way. She stops attacking you, and she says, "Gold, jewels, magic items." And then Shalandra leans over to you, Tiny, and says, "A magic instrument I have for you.
The keyboard.
Electronic keyboard. The one that it plays a drum beat in the background."
What kind of knowledge Meow Meow have?
Knowledge of the Doom Vault and the denizens within. Whatever you seek, I know.
We'll take our chances.
I'll just follow the rest of the party.
Yeah.
For now.
Is he in the sarcophagus?
You see the mist.
don't know.
The mist is gathering up on top of the sarcophagus.
I think I have a bolt. I think I have a.
And within a couple of minutes, the mist begins to coalesce around the sarcophagus, and it solidifies into Issem's body, right on the.
So I break off a bolt. I got a bolt, and I break it off, and I jab it into his heart.
Issem dies in screaming agony, and his corpse just crumbles down into ashes.
We'll get all that loot that he promised anyways.
Well, there was a bag. There was a bag of holding when I was in here.
Yeah, you look around, the sarcophagus is pretty empty at this point. No bag of holding. Shalandra kind of wakes up, shakes her eyes, rubs her eyes. She says, Finally, he's dead." She looks at all of you and she says, "I cannot thank you enough. You made the right choice. There's no deal with Issem where you could have gone out unscathed." She says, "But still, I must ask, I do not know why you're here in the Doom Vault, but if you are to venture deeper into the Doom Vault, I am searching for my husband. He was captured with me several weeks ago, and I have not heard of him since." His name is Kieran. He says, "We were both part of the Emerald Enclave. He's a devout of Ilmater, and I believe he was a chosen of Ilmater, just like I am a chosen of Seinin Moonbow." He says, "The Red Wizards had captured him, and I do not know where they're keeping him."
Well, perhaps we can take her back to the start with us, and she can wait there. And if we do find her husband, we can bring him back there as well.
She says, "I would be glad to have some rest after weeks of continuous fighting. But if you should need me, my bow is ready." She does offer to join you and help you if you should need her. But she, you guys can bring her back, but you can't bring her back right now because you have absolutely no way of getting back. You cannot. Go back that same portal that you used before.
Yeah, we got to find black one.
Yeah.
So you look around Issem's vault.
I was going to say I want to search the sarcophagus, and if there's any ashes or whatever, to see if there's anything.
Well, the sarcophagus.
His amulet.
The sarcophagus itself is empty. There is no amulet. Issem's body disintegrated into ash. Everything he was wearing has also disintegrated into ash. So you can't find any objects or anything of worth inside the sarcophagus. But when you look around the face of the sarcophagus, you see several arcane glyphs. You were instructed about these glyphs when you came into the Doom Vault. Cyrana told you that when you see certain glyphs inside the Doom Vault, you can activate them and they can serve as connection stones. You can contact her through these glyphs.
Well, I wouldn't know that, so that's on you guys.
Yeah, just need to go ahead and activate it and call back and explain to her where we're at and what's happened, and ask her if she has any advice from this point on. Also, I think I'm going to ask one of the other guys to talk to her, and I want to go back to that other room and search around in it too.
As you've seen before, the other room has those 3 magical glyphs that are traps. Obviously, the glyphs act when you step over the glyphs, it activates the orb on top, which shoots a bolt of lightning.
Right, I want to avoid those.
Yeah, the other room also has the 2 steel doors that are airtight, perfectly molded into the wall. Does not appear to have any form of mechanism to open them.
Is this the room?
Yeah, the room. No, not that room. The other.
I'm back up there where the glyph was, where you guys got electrocuted.
Yeah, so that's where the vampire went. My train of thought is this: if he put me in the sarcophagus, then he went to this room, and the bag went missing from the sarcophagus, and he wound up here. Then it must have been either in this room or on the other end of that door.
Yeah, it was my idea too.
Without stepping into any of the rooms, I am going to investigate around the walls and stuff like that. Is there a door over here?
Yeah, so
the steel doors.
That's a very, very well crafted steel door that's perfectly molded into the wall. Absolutely no discernible way to open them.
As in, you wouldn't be able to do it by brute strength, correct?
You can try, but you know the way this thing looks on the steel door. Of course, there's emblazoned kind of etching of some sort of skull with gems as eyes.
Can I pluck a gem out of the eye?
They're not real gems. It's just a drawing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to make a strength check.
Sure.
Tower?
Yeah. These doors are immobile.
Okay.
I start looking around the wall, see if there's anything that we might have missed.
The walls have scorch marks all over them, no doubt from discharges from the electricity from the traps. But you don't see anything kind of outstanding in the wall.
What is the floors and walls made out of?
Stone.
And the ceiling as well, correct?
Yeah, it's like a closed rectangle. So, Tolan, you look down at these runes, and you don't even need to roll. You recognize immediately that the runes that are written on the floor are complete gibberish. They're not magical. You don't know why for some reason they are a magical trap when the other characters stepped across it. Because looking at what's written on the runes, they're just complete gibberish.
Aren't you a fireball at one of the orbs again?
A fireball?
Firebolt. Bolt.
Well, at this point, just because we're out of combat, you're going to hit it and it shatters, releasing a big zap of electricity onto the rune.
A bunch of gibberish. I'll do that to all 3 of them.
Yeah, you shatter all 3 orbs. Because we're out of combat, there's no point in continuously rolling.
Alright. And then I will make my way into one.
As you cross one, give me a perception check.
Perception.
As you cross the gibberish runes, you feel a little vibration in your feet, like, some sort of a magical vibration, but certainly didn't come from the rune because the rune's complete gibberish.
Hey guys, I got a weird suggestion. What if, being that I took care of the orbs and it doesn't seem like we're gonna get zapped by lightning, what if we each stand in a circle?
I'm game.
I'm game.
All right, so
Well, we got 3 guys in the circle now.
So-
So,
each of you stand in the circle, and now that Tolan points it out, when you cross the threshold across the runes, you feel a weird kind of vibration on your feet. But you look at the runes, and the runes seem kind of inert.
I want to
Did
walk over,
anything happen
try to
at the
open the door.
What?
Push on the
Anything
door,
happen at
see
the
if
door?
it'll open.
The Yankee just bashed his head against it. It's not opening.
No, I thought it might be after we stood on the runes.
No, that didn't open the door.
Was there there wasn't any reaction on the skull on the door or anything?
Nope.
Now the runes are written in gibberish.
Yeah, you
Right.
look at the runes. These to the untrained eye, they look like magical runes, but they don't contain any magic whatsoever.
Wow, so they're basically trick runes.
Okay.
You think so? But there's something weird going on because Tolan kind of walked across them and he felt something weird. He felt a little vibration in his heels.
Well, can we carefully check the floor? The tiles on the floor and stuff?
Who wants to check the floor? Who's got the high investigation and wants to do the roll?
Well, you want to do investigation?
Yeah, because I'm messing around with the door. I got.
Yeah, I'll accept the highest investigation.
Yeah.
Or
I got
unless
0,
you
so-
got a different skill that you want to tell me about.
Oh no, investigation's fine.
Can I intimidate the floor? I'm just kidding.
Intimidate the floor.
I'm persuaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
I'm gonna
roll it.
walk all over you.
Tolan, you look at the tiles on the floor. The ones that are near the runes were freshly placed. There's no dust on them. There's no dust in the corners, like the grouting corners of the tiles, whereas the ones near the walls are old and dusty.
So, are they loose?
Trying to pry one a little bit. I'll tell the guys, I'm like, hey,
Do you have a
What do
means
you
to
guys-
pry tiles? Do you have anything in your inventory?
I thought I had a crowbar.
That would be
well,
perfect.
I'm
got a
telling
hammer.
the group about this. I'm like, hey guys,
I have a crowbar.
You do have a crowbar. That's exactly what I'm looking for. You put so which tile do you want to try to pry up? Which circle?
let's look for a clean one next to Tolan because that's where.
All right, so you pry up that a tile next to where Tolan's standing, and you realize that there's another floor beneath this floor, another set of tiles. So as you pry up the couple of tiles, you see a second magical circle beneath this magical circle. The second magical circle clearly does have magical enchantment on it.
You just want to pry up all the tiles then, Tolan?
I might as well. I mean, if I point it out to the other guys, then maybe we try to figure out what these ruins do.
So if you want to pry up all the tiles in the room, it's going to take you some time that you're going to be spending here in the Doom Vault. I'm just warning you. But you can do
How much
that.
time are we talking about?
I don't know, like 2 hours? It takes a while to pry up that many tiles. And they're heavy, too.
Can Tolan recognize any of the runes underneath the tile that we pried up?
You can roll Arcana on the runes.
Yeah, I'm willing to take a look at it and stuff like that, and see if it's easy something that maybe we can dispel.
These runes are they seem to exemplify some sort of holding magic, but you can't put your finger on exactly what they do.
Holding.
They're written in this archaic form of ancient fiendish that you haven't brushed up on recently.
Okay.
So how many tiles do you want to pry up? Or do you want to pry all of them? Or do you pry up the entire floor?
Well, if we stay in one area for 6 hours, that causes an issue, right?
If you stay in one
No,
area
what is-
for too long, yes, it will cause an issue.
What do you
I
mean
think
by
it
that?
was 6
The
hours.
Red Wizard patrols will be coming around.
So if we got 2 hours, but it looks like we have time.
Yes, you will. It will be a risk to sit there and start prying up the entire floor.
Hey,
I'm gonna take a healing potion.
Or if I've taken more than a little.
You guys,
Alright.
you guys don't all have to be prying at the same time. You can take a short
We
rest.
could all take a
Or I do that,
short
yeah.
rest while we're doing that, and
Yeah,
use
so
our
you
hit
guys
die.
you guys can have a short rest if you want.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Short rest will be nice.
So that means I can use my hit die?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll regain all my bar.
save your potion.
Tiny,
I could use more than
Tiny,
one, right?
you have an ability that
Yeah.
boosts people healing on hit dice, don't you? Do you
I have
remember?
Song of Rest.
Yeah. Do you use Song of Rest?
Sure.
What does that do?
That gives you an additional hit die to roll, I think, something like that. Because I remember a bard has something with
Well, that would be handy.
Alright, so I'll target everybody and do the Song of Rest.
It increases the hit points regained during a short rest by 1d6. 1d8 at levels 9 to 12.
Well, that'd be 1d8 then.
I've got
Extra
Derek
1d8 for the rest.
Wait a minute, what do I got going on?
Hey!
Alright, so... what's everybody rolling these dice for? Oh, are you doing like... Oh, you're
You got
rolling
hit dice. I mean, they have to roll their hit dice too.
yep.
I'm gonna... No, I'm not... What am I doing here? What the heck? Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's why. There we go. Let's start with them, and then I'll do my Song of Rest.
Okay.
What Song of Rest do again?
Yeah, the extra 1d8
1d8
healing during a rest.
Yeah, I just rolled a d8 in the chat box and then subtracted that from my wound.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see where Song of Rest came in. Okay, it says Song of Rest, but I'm not-
that's okay. We're doing it manually right now.
okay.
Yeah. So
I'm going to
everybody
meditate.
do an additional 1d8.
Ooh, 8.
Yeah, but it won't let me subtract it. Let me try again.
Meanwhile, we guys can take a short bathroom break.
And then could a dispel magic get rid of them?
Yeah, sure. You can do both if you want.
Well,
Just-
I do identify first, just to see if what kind
Hey,
of runes these are, if they're strong enough, or if my dispel magic would be strong enough.
If you cast Identify on the runes, it tells you that the runes are made of conjuration type magic. You discern that this is a teleportation type of magic that's powering these runes. At this point, because you use Identify on the runes, you may actually try to weave the arcane energies to use the runes if you want to.
Okay.
But your guess is that these runes just teleport from one
From
room
circle
to
to
another.
circle.
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping it'd be like you just spell them and it ends up like opening the door. But how about I do a detect magic around the door? Also.
There is no magic on this door. It is just a physical barrier that's very, very well made and impervious and airtight. No gaseous form, nothing to go across it.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically, you can try a dimension door, but you don't know how thick it is, and you don't know where you're going to end up if you try to dimension door across it. You might end up in the middle of a wall and die.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, someone could probably bring it back.
Well, the rules of dimension doors, you end up 5 feet from the closest occupiable space. So you're assuming that his body will end up in an area you can resurrect.
Do the doors look like they open towards us or inward?
Unfortunately, you can't even tell which way they open.
Okay. And there's no keyholes or anything like that?
There's no discernible mechanism.
Okay. Alright, I'm at loss, guys. Maybe we should go check out that other hall.
Listen, are you tearing up all these floors?
Just around
I thought we
where the
were.
rooms are.
Like, are
Well,
you...
I think once we got an idea, like we looked up one tile and we saw there's an arcane circle there, and then we would do another tile near what we think another arcane circle. I think we wouldn't be tearing up the entire floor to see where all the circles are.
Zarek is going ham. He borrowed the crowbar and has just been going ape shit on these tiles.
Zarek wants to tear up all the tiles?
Just while people are talking, however long this is taking, he's just been going at it.
Well, Zarek is lucky, because when he gets to the third magic circle and he starts tearing up those tiles, he finds one of the tiles is covering a secret compartment, a little wooden hatch. You open up the hatch and you find a bag of holding.
All right.
There you go.
And Zarek doesn't say any. I'm just kidding. No. Zarek goes over and says, "I believe I found what the vampire was talking about."
Fair enough. What's in it?
And he reaches in.
You open up the bag of holding and a whole bunch of treasure pours out.
Plus a bag of holding.
and a glyph key.
Probably gonna need it.
Oh, hold on. There's one more item that it's not represented here.
Issem's heart.
Now you hit it, right?
I had this item. I don't know what happened to it. Weird. It disappeared.
Well, how would you guys like to go through this?
Well, I was going to say, while we were doing all this, that Dorlak should explain maybe to Zarlek about the calling of Saloon, and see if you can recruit him to our calls.
That'd probably be a good idea.
While that's going, I don't know if we'd have enough time. This is a two-pointer question. One, would the party be okay with me using the mail or the scale mail? And two, would the party be Well, actually, I don't know. Is scale mail?
You're breaking
up
yeah,
a whole lot.
you're breaking up a lot. Try.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you.
Is scale mail medium or armor?
Scale mail is medium armor.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, that sounds like it's some kind of magical scale mail too. Anyway, it don't really have the stats on it or anything, but
I mean, going through it, we would sense that magical in some order. I would start casting it up to figure out what to deal with it. Is there any other things that kind of feel arcane before? I'm just curious.
Probably the dagger and the scale mail.
well, there's the expensive scroll needs identified.
There is a magical lyre inside there. The item seems to have disappeared.
Oh, the magical instrument. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that Issem promised tiny marble cakes.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. I just my item seems to have disappeared. I'll have to get it to you a little bit later. There's a magical lyre inside this bag of holding, in addition to all this other stuff. I want to put all this stuff inside the party sheet.
Well, I think Tolan, you should probably take the scrolls of comprehend language, and that could help you with reading some of the maybe some of the more esoteric languages in the ruins and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can do that. And then I think Tiny would have to take the lesser recreation.
You'll be fine, and then Dorlock Muzzle keep the key.
On my spell list. Do I? Let's see.
Yeah, but that means you don't have to use a spell slot.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Bards can use it, or Bards can cast it.
Yeah.
A wizard can.
Do you have to be you don't have to be a certain class to cast off a scroll, right?
I believe you do.
We talked about that before. I think the whole
You
point
do.
of the scroll.
And in 5th edition, you do.
Oh, you do?
You have to have it available to you in your classes.
Oh, okay. I think we had that discussion before. I can't remember.
Take one of those scrolls of comprehend languages.
I just thought Tolan, he's the one that's got the Arcana.
I can do comprehend languages as a ritual anyway, so if you want to take the comprehend language, go right ahead.
So do you know what? I don't believe the expensive scroll is something that I'm going to be able to use.
Give that to Tolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, he's still.
Well, he can cast Identify on it, which Identify.
Oh, if you guys don't mind, I need to close down the server for like a couple of minutes because because there's something weird with the thing not updating.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just gotta close it down for a couple. I'll reopen it soon.
While you was stuck in the bubble, that we are the chosen of Saloon, and there's this book of history of Faj that the history is being erased and changed, and it's our quest to go and keep the history book from being erased and changed from well, we don't really know who's doing it yet, right?
You guys have had some clues. I don't know what you remember of the clues you've been
It's
given.
the evil wizard
Yeah.
is behind it.
Always
it's always an evil wizard.
Well,
Red wizard.
not the red wizard. Zaztan's behind this one, but behind the whole history of Faj thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you this history about the history of Faj, just so you guys can have a little refresher. The Historia of Faj originally was in Undermountain. You know the Yawning Portal Inn? Well, beneath the Yawning Portal Inn is a mega dungeon by the mad wizard Hallister. And Durnan, which is your original quest giver, he's a famed adventurer and explorer, and he owns the Yawning Portal Inn. And before he built the Yawning Portal Inn, he had gone down to Undermountain, and that's where he retrieved it. This was over 100 years ago. Durnan has some sort of natural long life. So that's where it was originally found. Now, what it has to do with Hallister, he's not really sure.
That's kind of part of our investigations.
You also have been given a lot of clues about. You've been given a lot of clues about the historiophage from the previous party that died.
Yeah, how long has this been going on?
I'm old.
My memory's not great.
It's been
We've been doing this for a while.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this later. You're gonna have to. I'll give you the liar next week, but I'll just restart the server.
Okay.
So this was many sessions ago, and this was during White Plume Mountain, when this was a different party. This was the party that predated you. Went into White Plume Mountain. Unfortunately, that party didn't survive their time in White Plume Mountain, but they did discover that the thing that is the problem that the historiophage is causing is also related to some sort of cataclysm that is going to be coming to Faerun very soon. You guys have already heard about some evidence of it before you even came into this adventure. Durnan and Elminster were talking about there are these strange, mysterious spheres that are appearing in various places in Faerun. These are spheres of annihilation. They grow and they consume and they grow and they just they are absolute nothingness and an extreme destructive force. You guys got some clues that whatever is causing this historiophage is related to these spheres that are happening all across Faerun. You recall this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Furthermore, you guys were in the previous adventure, and you guys already know about what happened to the last party's adventure. They had some sort of a breakdown inside of their party. One of their party members, their paladin and party leader, something had affected his mind, tempted him with great power, almost a warlock-like power, and he had started breaking down. And when this happened, he, in front of everybody, he swore fealty to Caraptus. He's the big bad wizard of White Plume Mountain.
Yeah.
He swore fealty to Caraptus, and he also mentioned that Caraptus was serving an even higher power. And this higher power had bequeathed upon him the title Herald of the Black Flame. Luckily, you guys were able to bring him down before he ascended. But you know that there, first off, there's some Caraptus has something to do with this cataclysm that is coming, because you guys had to go back later on, if you recall, to White Plume Mountain, and when you went back, it was so far in the future that the entire realm was just a floating piece of rock in the infinite universe. There was nothing left at all. And you met with that Ifriti that originally killed the first party. And he told you that Caraptus had found some way to survive the cataclysm. And he had gone to a higher plane of existence. So Caraptus knew about this cataclysm coming, and he had made preparations and survived it. Now, Zarek also comes in having a little knowledge from his own perspective. Do you remember, Zarek?
Yes. You're talking about the backstory?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, am I telling them all this, or they told me all this essentially?
That's pretty much it. If they're telling you about their journey and what they know.
Okay. Well, I started talking since obviously it seems that they're not against me. That's how he's looking at you guys, that you guys truly weren't out to kill him. or we're in cahoots with the vampire, because as you showed him, you killed the vampire. So at this point, I would say there's a little bit of trust here, since, I mean, look where we are, right? And we're working together. So, and you were forthright in telling me this. So Zarek basically starts out and says, well, you know, I'm leaving my city, and there was a disturbance.
Oh, you're breaking up again.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. Basically, there was a disturbance in my plane, the limbo plane, and essentially we were tasked out to go and find what caused this. However, when we got to where we discovered the disturbance, we figured out that the planes were tearing themselves apart for whatever reason, and everything seemed pretty wonky. At this point, there was basically a Githzerai, Githyankee, as well as a few other Githyankee who attacked us. I basically was with two of my allies, and one of them perished, from what I can tell, and the other one, I have no idea, but it seems that this one also perished, but I don't know. However, the leader of the Githyankee was, his name is Zethrak, and he's known as the Black Flame. Essentially, he had this sword. I came to it once there was the realm started splitting some more, and you know the story from there. I essentially came to in this plane, and shortly after that, I ran into some strange people in red cloaks, and they took me. They subdued me. I was very weak, and I haven't been able to plane shift since. I believe the sword and this deity that reached out to me, Saloon, helped me bind to this sword, which also helped shield me from that black flame to a degree. It didn't necessarily wipe me out, but I've lost my innate ability of my people, and I pretty much I feel very lost at this point, since it feels like my powers have been stripped from me.
All right, I'm gonna add a little bit something to so just to be helpful to everybody else is so you came across the plane to investigate what is going on, because there is some sort of event that is resonating between the planes, and it's not just eating up the material plane, it is eating up your plane and every other plane as well. It is echoing throughout the planes, and when you wanted to come and find the source, and in order to find the source was in the material plane. The source was within the city of Eltabar in Thay. You arrived in the city and you saw a black hole, a horrific sight. When you got there, the Githyankee also showed up at the same time. They appeared to be worshipping this black hole, and they call it the Black Flame. And that's how you started engaging in the combat with them.
Okay.
Obviously, the Githyankee, while we are the same people in a sense, there are differences in our culture or our upbringings, our heritage in a sense. We may share, but our way of life and what we value is completely different. I come from more of a monastic order, where they are more of a soldier oriented, militaristic.
They're cultists. They're cultists, and they worship their queen.
But it's a rigid order, you know, with rank and whatnot.
So unbeknownst to you, these guys over here, they're the ones who caused that black hole by setting off a rune bomb.
Yeah. And I don't know that yet, but at this point,
we didn't set it off. We failed to keep it from being set off.
Well, you basically doomed all of us.
I guess.
You doomed the every realm of existence. Like, I can't believe you've done this. Why would you do such a thing? And Zarek is pretty much in shock, like just dumbstruck.
Well, I don't
Like,
know. We had told Zarek that we were the ones who.
Yeah, I think
That was the DM saying that. Oh.
Yeah, I think you guys realized that this black hole was birthed when the rune bomb went off. There was a rune powder bomb that was that caused such astronomical destruction, and it appears that this black hole was born from that. And this is what Zarek had come down to investigate before he was captured and made prey to Issem.
Yeah.
So what you're kind of also is that if they never set off this explosion, me and my team wouldn't have been sent to investigate this. They wouldn't have needlessly died, and I wouldn't have been kidnapped and tortured.
Yeah, but we didn't set off the explosion.
No, yeah.
We were trying to stop the explosion. We just failed.
Well,
it was a completely different group that set off the explosion.
It was a different group. Okay, I misunderstood that. I thought
it wasn't us. We was trying to stop the explosion before we got out of town.
Okay.
And plus the explosion was infinitely, exponentially more powerful than what the people that were trying to set it off thought it was going to be.
It wasn't you who orchestrated the attack, but you were hired by Gaffna, and she was so obsessed with setting off this bomb. You went along with all of her plans. At the very last minute, you did have a chance to stop it, but you did not take the right actions to thwart this explosion, so it happened anyway.
It wasn't from lack of trying.
So, kind of inadvertently associated with it, and more or less, but still, you failed to stop it. But I mean, and we all stop this now.
Yes.
That's really what I was trying to leave for. You know, I mean, I need to get back to my people and save them. So I mean, if our goals are aligned, I see. Perhaps we could work together and stop this. And
Zarek, you have no way out of here besides them. You can't access these portals. You have no way out of this.
Once leaving the Doom Vault, I would have assumed that it would behoove us to work together.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but we can't necessarily stop it in the Doom Vault. Is that correct?
They haven't told you why they're here in the Doom Vault.
I just hear this place called the Doom Vault. I have no idea where I am. I've been fighting in these pits.
Yeah,
this is what.
So they haven't told you why they're even here in the Doom Vault, what they're looking for.
Yeah. So can you guys explain where we are essentially and what you're doing here? And I guess we'll go from there.
Oh, the game's up. You can join, of course.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
So are you going to be a permanent part of our Thursday game?
That's the idea.
Huh?
Yep.
That's the idea. Awesome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been asking for a while. Figured he's the best person to put a fifth. I think he's the best person, in my opinion, for the fifth.
I'm happy to have a fifth.
Balance out the party in both play style and you know.
Mm-hmm.
That way I don't take as much damage.
Well, we don't care about that.
Relax. You've been taking like your foot too. I don't know you.
You've been taking a lot of damage on this past fight.
It wouldn't bother me if you tanked and I attacked, because my HP is a little low right now. I don't necessarily have the best.
Is he leveled up with us? Same level as us?
Yeah, he's the same level as you.
All right.
No, when levels become uneven is only when you hit the real end of the game. Like when I was talking about level 20s, that's how you get level 20s. So that you get like one or two people are going to be hitting those high levels. Everybody else is going to hit a max set somewhere else. You know, like 16 or something.
Right.
Which is still astronomical.
Hey, Doorlock, you want to take the other glyph key?
I already got it, I thought.
No, well, it's still on the party sheet.
So the other glyph key, when you look at it, it telepathically tells you it's attunement, so you don't have to read or anything like that. And you're very disappointed because this glyph key has pretty much the exact same attunement you have. So you add no attunements with this like extra glyph key.
That ain't right.
That's how the DM rolls.
That's how the DM rolls.
Look, I much given, obviously with no issues, you guys everything in there. Do you guys mind if I hold on to the bag?
No, you can have you can hold on to the bag of holding. That's fine.
And we could use it together. Obviously, I mean it's they can hold a lot from what I can tell.
Tiny, did you get your scroll of lesser restoration you was going to take and the understand language?
They're all in a party sheet, so I'll
yeah.
So there's 2 scrolls of comprehend languages. I'm putting it to Tiny. Scroll of lesser restoration. I'll give that to Tiny. Tiny, I'm gonna get you that lyre. It's a magical lyre. You get it, but the strings are missing, so you're gonna have to get new strings to start using it. So next session. Anti-life shell.
Nobody can. That says it's a druid spell, so we don't have anybody that can really use it.
None of us can use it. Right?
Can a bard cast anti-life shell?
It says, well, I mean, in the player handbook, it says druid. So.
So that spell will stay here. This is a scale mail of cold resistance. Anybody want that?
I don't wear armor, so.
No, I'm gonna keep my armor because I don't get credit on.
We can sell those. We can sell those when we get back to the home base, whatever you want to call it.
I'll distribute. There you go.
Probably can get the dagger to Tiny unless the one wants the dagger one too.
All right, I'll give the dagger to Tiny.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. She's kind of roguish.
Can I just put in my, or can you hand me the bag?
Yeah, it's in your inventory already.
Oh, okay.
Right. And I'll take the parchment and ink. Yes.
Oh, you want the parchment and ink too?
He's going right home.
I'm a wizard.
All right.
I'm messing.
I already have ink and stuff like that already.
So who's holding the other glyph key? Because if I'm not mistaken, I or someone else could attune to it.
Doorlock has the glyph
no,
key.
Unfortunately,
and both of them are the same. So
it's the same.
The thing with the glyph key is only the skeleton glyph key is usable to you guys because every other glyph key here is specifically attuned to a person, and if somebody else tries to use that glyph key, it's going to alert the wizards.
But the skeleton key can attune the other glyph keys.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah.
The skeleton key steals attunements from the other glyph keys.
But that attunement is the same as the one that we already got.
The one we just got is the same.
So it's there's no point with that glyph key. It's not helpful.
Throw it in the trash.
Well, I mean, maybe you could
sell it. Maybe
at some point.
I'm just afraid if we go through a door with it, it's going to set off alarms. So we might want to leave it in this room.
Well, would it do that if it was in the bag of holding? Because technically, it's an extra dimensional space, correct? So.
Well, once you use a glyph key on a portal or a white portal or a black portal, that glyph key is going to activate the portal. So it's not going to. The other glyph key is not going to do anything.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we'll take it. I mean,
put it in the holding bag holding. All right.
So you guys pretty much only have one direction to go. Because you can't even go back the portal you came in through, because that's going to alert the wizards. You can't go back through the same portal you came out of as part of the defenses.
Did you reshare the map?
You could click on your character sheet. If you go, it doesn't matter what page you're on. But
I
next
got
to
it.
your, yeah.
I've been clicking, but I was clicking the wrong area.
So
check out the
I
white
guess we're
gate,
headed south.
Yep.
what was the door? I get
To
the
the
door.
south.
The stairs with purple.
The what?
The stairs with the purple blood and whatnot.
That's where we came in.
That's where you came
we
from.
Okay.
That's where the original portal was. This is the Fiendish Arena where you guys are in.
So we got a door to the south, I guess, a portal, what have you, to the south
Yeah.
that we're.
You got
that's
a door
our-
that you have no way to open over here with these magic glyphs, and then you have another white gate to the south. That appears
Does
to
that
be
mean-
the only direction you can go right now.
Oh wait, no, we can't open that one through a tile.
The white gate we can go through. The white gate we can go through.
Yeah.
To the south.
You can open that white gate because you have an attunement to this zone, so all adjacent white gates you can open. So you can go that way, but that's pretty much the only way you can go.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the skeleton key and use it on this white gate.
Very good.
Why's it gotta be?
What we have is another.
Because the black gates, you can. A black gate acts like it's a one-way gate. If you go through it, you can't go back through it.
Well, you can, but you're gonna set off the defenses. So, you guys go through the white. You guys activate the white gate, and as you do so, the in front of you, it previously appeared to be just a hallway, but then the entire room started to shift and change. Like stairs started appearing and disappearing, and a portal started opening, and you can see the entire landscape was changing in front of you until it finally reformed into this. You look in front of you, and as you walk into this room, immediately you feel a mist on your face. Like this whole area is very, very like wet. You can smell almost a briny, salty air. Beyond you is a broad, round pool in a circular chamber. And beyond the pool, you see a black gate.
Do you see anything to right and left?
Just a circular room, very bare. The water is lapping slowly, and there's actually a little bit of water kind of lapping out of the pool onto the floor.
Hey, Tiny, can you look for traps? Use your... I think you got a higher stealth or whatever it is.
Investigation.
Yeah. Because I'm a negative.
Oh.
All right, so Tiny Marble kicks.
Well, Tiny's our kind of rogue person, so.
Yeah, even though
Tiny A rogue?
hard.
Not really, but
No,
she's got some
hard.
rogue abilities.
Tiny, what's your investigation, by the way?
They use perception to find traps.
Perception is more of like perceiving things around you. Investigation is like
Uh,
I have a +9 to perception and a +2 to investigation.
Well, it's if you want to take a look around, and that's just a perception. You can take you can roll a perception if you just want to take a look around. If you want to start like messing with stuff, that's more investigation.
I'll start with perception.
Get out of your way so you can go through.
So does this pool of water go from the floor up, or is it just a pool of water that you can walk through?
It's pretty deep, you think?
Is it like a cone of water?
It starts way beneath the floor somewhere. You can't even see. You can't.
But it doesn't,
it's
but it doesn't
murky,
go
so you
above
can't.
the floor.
No, but it's murky, so
Okay.
you can't see into it. Tiny, you kind of you look around very carefully, and you look at this water, and you notice that the water is kind of lapping in a strange way. It's lapping in a rhythmic way, where it appears that something is stirring the water from beneath and causing it to lap.
Okay, I'll convey that information to the rest of the party.
Don't go near the water.
Is there any like tracks or any other kind of indications
The floor is
around the pool?
The floor is so wet that if there were tracks, they've been washed away. So the water is just at the floor level, but it seeps up out of the pool onto the floor every now and then as it laps.
Yeah. Well, we have to get around at some time because the black gate is on the other side of it.
Not only is there a black gate, but there's a set of doors to the east.
I wonder if we could, to the east, kind of shimmy around the wall and go over to at least investigate the door. Maybe try not to disturb whatever's in the cement pond.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, who wants to try to shimmy around the door, the wall, I guess?
Well, it should be our stealth person again, I would think. Tiny.
Tiny, they want to send you over to that door.
Okay.
Try to just quietly move around the
So
wall.
Tiny will go around the pool and keeping her eyes peeled for any traps or anything of that nature.
Just stay up on the side of the wall. And just look at them doors and see if there's any way to get them open or if there's any traps around it or what.
I'd like to investigate the doors.
Yeah, I'll assist with that.
Tiny, how because you're a tabaxi, you're a cat. You know, your footsteps are very light, but I still need you to roll a stealth if you're being careful, not to disturb anything.
All right. So there's...
Tolan, you got to roll a stealth too if you want to.
Yeah, I can roll stealth.
Yeah. We need anybody who's kind of like trying to carefully step around this pool has got to roll a stealth.
I don't know why it's rolling with disadvantage.
What, do you have armor on of some kind?
It's saying I have armor, but I think the only armor I have is like that magical studded leather armor that he gave me.
You should be able to wear light armor without disadvantage. Let me see.
Yeah.
Did you?
I have glamour.
Was it actually disadvantage, or did we just roll at the same time so it looked like two dice?
Yeah, you don't actually have disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Tolan, yeah, you pissed off the monster. Yeah.
I was trying to
Tiny, you are
Tiny.
you are stealthed. Unfortunately, Tolan, you're not. We roll initiative.
Alright.
Tiny, you're hidden. I guess to the best of your ability.
I must have rolled pretty low because I have pretty good stuff.
My computer does not want to cooperate. Actually, I don't think it's my computer. I think it's Fantasy Grounds.
Ha! The dice is not cooperating.
Luckily, none of you are surprised as this thing pops out. If it would stop lagging, I can bring it out.
Well, I hear it bubbling up.
Oh, it's nasty looking.
A huge, malformed, disgusting fish, lizard-like creature pops out of the ground. Well, the pool, not the ground. And it charges you, Tolan. But Tiny, you get to go first. This is what the creature actually looks like, although you can't see the bottom half of it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Oh wow.
Release the Kraken.
The crack. Yeah, you've released the Kraken.
Let's see. So I get to go first. I would notice that Tolan's right there. So, Put that combat trapper on. And let's see. Let me see, sorry, I'm just...
We got some battle music. This thing's pretty big. It's a big battle.
Ooh! I wonder if this'll work. No, it probably only works on humanoids. Calm emotions probably won't work on this thing, will it?
It worked once, but you're not sure how many times it's gonna actually work for you. Tiny, you're gonna have to act, or else the timer's gonna go off.
I was just getting ready to say that. That's a John's getting ready to say that.
You know what? I'm gonna attempt to cast Calm Emotions on the thing. Just to see if it'll work. What level spells? Second level? Yeah. I'll cast it. So is it a save?
The creature is immune to those kinds of effects. As you cast it, it does not work. Tolan.
Alright, so it doesn't work. At least a second.
Tolan, the creature raises one of its tentacles. It wants to drag you into its mouth.
Being concerned about it, I'm gonna be like,
Naturally, you're concerned about it.
yes, I see it has a lot of interest in me, and I will cast a mirror image on myself to hopefully get this thing to attack. Image on myself. So we'll do that. Mirror image. That's on myself. So yeah. And that should be the end of my turn. Yeah.
Okay, on this creature's turn, it's got 3 attacks. I'm just waiting for it to... There we go. 3 attacks. So the creature surfaces, it sees Tolan, it sees the rest of you back there. It's not really seeing Tiny, because Tiny's been kind of sneaky. So the first thing it does as it jumps out, it's going to try to grab you with its tentacles. So does that hit a mirror image or you?
17. My dex modifier, it will. Well, I mean, it should.
I think you have to do a mirror image roll to see if it hits your image.
You got to get a 6 or for the first one. 6 or higher for it to hit your mirror image.
That roll was 20. Yep.
I'm afraid that's going to hit you, right?
Yep.
Not only does he smack you with his tentacle, but he grabs you, pulls you several feet off the ground. You take the bludgeoning damage, you're grappled and restrained in its tentacle. That's just one of its attack. Its second attack, it's gonna go after the next closest enemy it sees is Zarek, right, standing right in front of it. It's going to attack Zarek with a tentacle. Hits Zarek. Zarek, you too are grappled and restrained.
A plus 11.
And it's got a third tentacle. That goes to Dolrak. Misses Dolrak. Alright, now this creature has Zarek and Tolan grappled, and it's holding them up like 3 feet in the air. It's Dolrak's turn.
Okay. For my action, I'm going to drink a potion of water breathing.
Okay.
Okay. To the take. And then I am going to take my dwarvish ass and run as fast as I can, and I'm going to jump on its back.
Jump on his back.
What do you mean? You want to try to like grab it, like ride it, kind of thing,
I'm going to jump right here. That way I can go with him. If he takes me under, I can melee attack on him.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to hang on.
Then you got to grapple him. Are you ready for a contest?
Yeah.
You're technically not supposed to on the same turn because you already used an action, but that's fine. You're jumping on his back and you're trying to grapple this guy. A strength contest. Ready?
I'm ready to see this.
And I'm using inspiration.
Okay, go ahead. He's coming at you with a lag.
Ah.
No, unfortunately, even with your inspiration, the Kraken is too strong. He bats you away.
So, like, am I like just like within melee range?
You are. You're in the water
Okay.
within melee range.
Okay. And that's all I can do.
Okay, Zarek, you're grappled.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I Misty Step.
Okay,
Oh,
Misty
man.
Stick will break your
Nice.
grapple. Give me a second, let me take the effects off of you.
Of course.
If the lag would ever end. There we go.
I'll go right here. I shall target him. Did that go? There we go. And I shall strike. And I have lag. 18 hit.
We all do. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to clean up this module later.
Okay, not bad. Not too shabby. And I shall swing again.
Whoa!
There you go.
You have a critical hit.
There
Nice.
you go.
So, do I just roll it or do I have to
You
click
roll
something?
it. It'll automatically give you crit damage.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
Let's go.
Thank you. And that is my turn. Zarek's looking real confused. Never saw a fish before. Like this.
Shalendra misses. How'd she miss this thing? Well, it's got tough scales, so it doesn't penetrate the scale. It's Neris's turn.
Okay, well, I want to cast my spiritual weapon first as my bonus action. About right there. And popped up. And go ahead and attack the Kraken with my spiritual weapon. Whoops, I did that wrong. Okay. Yes, I tell you what, I need a new spiritual weapon.
I thought you had your sword spiritual weapon.
I did. Well, I mean, I got whatever you put on there. Oh, I picked up the wrong. I got 2 different ones.
That's all right.
That was no better than the other one was, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast.
Change the color of your eyes.
I'll cast Toll of the Dead on the Kraken as a cantrip.
He fails to save.
So I get double damage because he's already.
We get 2d12 damage.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's not bad.
Damage. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm also going to step back a bit. I don't know how long that Kraken's tentacles are.
Tentacles are.
I am going to. That's all I got for right now. Pass my turn.
Does it look like we're doing much damage to this?
He looks like he can take quite a beating.
We did what, like 60, 78 damage, something like that already?
We're up to Tiny.
Alright. I'm going to...
I'd stay hidden.
Yeah, that's the idea. And then I'm gonna...
Hate to see Tiny become fish food.
Ooh. Here's a spell that'll be difficult for him to... I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on him.
I'll give everybody advantage if it works.
Yeah, alright. I think I'll do that.
Alright, you have to roll his save.
Alright, so I have him targeted, so save.
He fails to save, you can apply the Fairy Fire effect.
Nice. Could help.
Oh, it can definitely help.
Does anybody, can anybody use the spell Destroy Water?
Why do I have 3 effects for Fairy Fire?
One of those effects is probably your concentration. The other one is the effect you put on the enemy to grant advantage.
And also, he becomes invisible. I don't know if that'd be an extra effect or not. If he was invisible, he would become invisible.
Oh, the 3 you have 3 effects because I guess depending on what color you want to be the Fairy Fire.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. They all grant advantage for attack.
Just so you know, Creator Destroyer Water would not be a... Look at the size of this thing. It's like, what, a few gallons? I don't think it would do much.
Right.
Unless you had a different plan with it.
Here, yeah.
No, I was just thinking fish out of water.
Purple.
That's a lot of water, man.
Yeah, so you put the effect on him?
I'm going to right now. There we go.
Alright.
And it's like a purple aura. And let's see, I think I was out of 2nd level spell slots, so I'm going to use a higher slot. I'm going to use a 3rd level slot for that because I was out of 2nd level slots, and then I'll end my turn. So now your attacks have advantage, and he can't go invisible.
Well, that's not his MO. He just kind of dunks himself underwater. Go ahead, Dolan.
I will Green Flame Blade attack this creature.
But there's nothing else around him with the green flame blade.
I know, but well, no,
just for flavor.
Unless I deem it, yeah.
For giggles and shits.
Well, it adds additional damage, regardless, though. That a miss. Shoot, that was a miss. Alright,
Green Flame Blade does fire damage to another creature. It doesn't add it to you, though. Or to the Kraken.
We're at a level where it does additional damage.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The 5th level, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, second attack, hit. And I will... Oh, not that one. I'm going to do that.
Technically, you should have advantage, disadvantage cancel because you're grappled and restrained.
Okay. Oh, I'm restrained, so I can't even do anything?
No, you can still attack him. He's got you. He's grabbing you, but you can still attack him even though he's grabbing you.
I did my 2 attacks, and then I'll use Misty Step.
You can use Misty Step to get out restraint, but it only means you have no speed. You can still action. It's the paralyzed that you don't want have.
Okay, so I'll Misty Step out of his grasp over to the other side, and then I will end my turn. That more than 30 feet. Probably 30 feet more over here. Kraken.
The Kraken is sick of messing around. You keep slipping out of its fingers. And it's gonna discharge.
That sounds like a medical problem.
Well,
anal leakage. I don't know. That's good.
It's sort of a problem for whoops. Oh no. I need to eliminate some tokens. This is too much in terms of the lag.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's not doing that. I'm trying to do something and it keeps lagging on me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know where anyone is.
Really? You're gonna keep doing this to me? It won't even let me move the token. I'm trying to shift click and shift move and all that stuff. It's not moving. I can't believe this. Okay, let me try a different approach. Because I physically cannot move this token anymore because of the lag. There we go. Oh, that took too much effort. Yeah, I can't keep playing like this. I gotta readjust my
Well, it's almost the end of the night anyway. So
I know.
We'll finish this battle and then.
Yeah, he's got to do his little discharge. He's gonna hit everybody back here. Let me make sure I have Neris and Shalandra and Dolrak and Zarek all targeted. Dolrak, technically you're supposed to auto fail. You're in the water. He does a lightning storm. Well, you failed anyway, Dolrak, so it's okay. This he goes Godzilla, his back lights up, and he unleashes a huge storm of electricity.
Goes Godzilla.
Shield probably don't affect that, does it?
No, it's a save.
Alright, that's what I thought.
Now it's Dolrak's turn.
Okay.
That wasn't horrible.
I will use my tree battle axe because I'm on his back. So I'm gonna hit him.
You have advantage. That should go automatic because of his fairy fire.
Okay, I don't have to hit nothing.
No, it
Nope.
should, yeah, it should do it automatically.
And that was a hit. We'll put the damage on him. I'm gonna hit him again. Put the damage on him. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I hit move turn, but it didn't move. There it goes.
It's Eric's turn.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Next
swing.
week will be much better. I'm gonna
Wow.
clean up the whole map in terms of
That's a good hit.
And swing again.
Heavy damage. That works.
Oh, so close, man.
Oh, but a 30 to hit, that's pretty high. It's not a crit, but it's
So close.
possible for a creature that size to dodge that.
no, just because of your size doesn't mean your armor class is big.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, some things that are really big have like real crap armor class. Size is more, you're gonna have a lot of hit points.
That's what I was meaning. He's
Yeah.
bigger, so you have to have a lower armor class, and he rolled a 30 to hit. So I'm like, yeah, he ain't gonna get out of the way of that.
She lands an arrow right into his mouth. Alright, the creature's looking badly wounded at this point. You guys have been wailing away at it. We're back at Tiny.
Okay.
You mean Naris didn't go yet?
Naris.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's
Naris.
Naris' turn.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the
Naris
combat tracker.
Kayakusa.
The combat tracker is hiccuping.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb on the creature. Yep, hang on a second. My map messed up. Okay. And it's a hit.
Oh, you guys are not missing with this, with the fairy fire on this creature.
It helps.
And the bonus action, I'm going to attack with my spiritual weapon.
There you go.
Yep. Okay. And I am going to move a little bit more, if I can. I'm trying to get out. I don't think I can get out of this cone anyway.
Because you can't go any farther. That's the map.
Yeah, alright, so I will pass.
Well, I mean, that's just a map. I mean, you technically can.
Well, we'll just say I'm trying to stay away from his cone if possible.
You need to be 40 foot away.
Well, I mean, it has to be within his line of sight, too.
Tiny, you're up.
Because it's angled, it's a cone, so if I could get over in a corner and maybe get away from him.
He'll just angle the cone the other way. He's pretty big. He can.
But he's not that smart.
How do you know, man?
Because he's a kraken.
Yeah, but he goes with instincts.
Uh,
Tiny, what happened with your turn, Tiny?
I don't know what happened. Yeah, what did happen?
It is your turn.
It should be my turn, but I don't know what.
Whatever. Did you accidentally hit the skip turn or something?
Yeah, go ahead. Take your turn.
Alright, so. I still have him targeted. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna...
Kill it!
Yeah,
what you need
what?
to do.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers. Upcast to 4th level. On this beast. So we're gonna go ahead and
he does succeed on that save. Takes half damage. That's still a good chunk of damage. 10 points of damage. He's looking badly beat up, almost dead.
And it's psychic damage. And then I will end my turn.
Alright, I will get into his melee range and once again do a Green Blade attack. And hit it with my rapier. I hit it, I think.
Yeah, you hit it.
Damage. It did look good. Alright, and we'll do a second attack. And I missed on the second one.
Finally misses. After
And then,
a train of his hits with the advantage.
and then I'll back away.
Okay, the creature is going to run. He's going to try to dive underwater. He's too injured to fight on. Now, we got Dolrak and Zarek. If you want to take opportunity attacks, you may before the creature disappears.
Absolutely.
Dolrak, if you're a paladin, you can use smite.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use 11-2 to Divine Smite.
Hopefully you knock this thing out.
Oh, it was on summary. I'm like, what's going on? I'm waiting for it to show up in my bar. Okay. And here's the damage.
Dolrak, you wanna explain your kill and take some inspiration for bringing down the Kraken? It's not a full-fledged Kraken. It's a baby Kraken, but it's still a Kraken.
As I hang on to the cell on his back, I raised my battle axe as high as I can, and I struck with a mighty blow as I said, "This is for the Moon Maidens," and I run the axe through its neck, cutting its head off.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Congratulations, you took down the Kraken. But still, you guys are pretty screwed because you're not attuned to this Black Gate.